Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. We're going to play a little Pathfinder 2nd edition for you tonight. We are playing our Unearthed Inheritance campaign. This is session 33.
Ooh.
So I'm hearing myself echoing through somebody. It's got to be Hannah's mic.
God.
Because I had her
Always
muted for just this sort of
problems.
thing before.
Always so nice
All
you heard it twice.
right. Before we jump in, let's go ahead and do a quick round of hellos. Say hello to our players. Let's start with Eeny, Meeny, Adam. It's you, buddy.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be me. Hello, my name is Adam, or Mr. Adup. That's M-R-A-D-D-U-P. He, they pronouns. I'm a voice actor, a TTRPG player, and I cosplay. And if you want to meet me in person, I would highly suggest you go to MagicCon Atlanta, where I am one of the featured creators. You get to play cards with me because, you know, my desk isn't full of Magic cards right now. I was organizing right before this. But no, I'm going to be there, and you can see me there. Or you could see me playing across the internet, like on Tales Archive pretty soon, where I play a grumpy pirate. Yeah, that's me. Somebody else take it. No one took it. That you guys really left me hanging, and
Adam kicked our butts in Magic last night. It was awesome. You should see them in Atlanta.
Go play with Adam and get your butt kicked.
Go get your butt kicked.
No,
this is my endorsement.
You will win.
Go to Gen Con and get.
I'm not going to Gen Con. No.
Which con was it? MagicCon?
Yeah,
MagicCon.
Wrong con.
Go to that con.
Elfcon. My name is
Go to
Button. My
cons, look for
pronouns are they, them. Blue button on social media. I play Cressida in this game. When I'm not playing them, I play Amanita in New World of Rebellion and Sugar Pea in Outlaws of Alkenstar. And when I'm not here, you can find me over on Tales Archived, where I play Echinacea Bellrose in Known Realms Telesh. And a little druid in an upcoming game. And hey, today is the end. We're in the end of June. So if you feel like voting for Stealthy Elf Productions in the Crit Awards thingamabob, do it. David got nominated for Best Paizo GM. And you can also vote for KRT. I forget what categories, but best series. Yes.
Hell yeah. Best series. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and a Haunting Beloved for best one shot. Do it. If you've seen it. Don't do it if you haven't seen it. Don't vote for something you haven't seen.
Yes.
Watch first. Then vote.
Go watch things and then go vote.
Be an educated voter.
And if you haven't seen it,
and then go vote for us.
You're failing.
I'm passing it to Alec.
Hi, everybody. I just had to say, because it made me giggle really hard, Button did the older sibling thing of, oh, nobody's hearing me, let me talk louder.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archive. I play Finn Reese here in Unearthed Inheritance. I also play Nrim in New World Rebellion. When I'm not here, you can find me over at Tales Archived. I'm the archivist for Known Realms Telesh. I captain another campaign that will be setting sail very soon. And I produce games like God Killer Sinner Sacrifice and some fun upcoming things in the later of the summer yeah.
Wow.
What was I gonna say? Hannah.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah,
God, no. Sorry, I'm taking it back. Hi, Raiders. Thank you.
Hello,
Welcome in.
Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. What a great time to join.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Please go ahead and vote for David for Best Paizo GM. Deserving. Very deserving. KRT is up for Best Series. It's also up for Best Overlay. Shannon, who actually did the overlay for this. And Sansi Saga.
Sansi. And New World.
Mm-hmm.
She does incredible work.
Go check it out.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am playing Farron Balmyar, a farmsteader ranger elf with a pet wolf. And Oh, and I'm not here. I am playing on a variety of other campaigns here on this channel, mostly Pathfinder2e. I run tech for a Terra Mahia campaign. Check that out. Mavet's Heart is wrapping up soon, so get in there. And
I think tomorrow, no?
I think so, yeah. And then I think, Tales Archived. Always check out Tales Archived. I'm not sure when our little shindig is going to be coming out on that channel, but it should be soon. So take a peek, keep your eyes out, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Just to be safe, go to Tales Archived and leave it there. Don't change the channel. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey guys, I'm David. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm going to be your GM this evening. I am the game master of all of our Heroes of Histaeria games. That's Unearthed Inheritance, Sansi Saga, New World Rebellion, and also GM our Outlaws Alkenstar game. And tomorrow I will be playing Jin, the electric cowboy that shields first and asks questions later. Tomorrow in our Terra Mahia game. And occasionally, I will also be playing probably a much happier pirate than Adam will be playing over on Tales Archived. And
that's what I have one more important thing to announce.
And go vote on all things.
One more important thing to announce. One more
think,
important
guys?
thing to announce. I was muted. I was like, blah, blah, blah. Our beloved Button, how can we not mention this, has been nominated for Best Player in a Paizo series. So, duh, go vote for Button.
Oh, yeah, go vote for Button.
Only if you actually watch, please.
Watch this session.
If you're watching
and then go
right
vote
now,
for Button.
Then
you have met the prerequisites to vote.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Yes, go vote for all the things. Well, guys, it's been a minute. What do you think? Should we hop in?
Yes,
Hopping.
please.
Sure.
Can we go unearth some inheritance seas?
Let's
Yes.
Roll credits.
And scene.
Thanks, Adam.
You're welcome.
All right.
I got you, baby.
Hannah, I believe our recap this evening is brought to us by Farron Balmia.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hit us with a recap.
All right.
Guys, get your hero point. Starting hero points.
And thank you, Alec, for sending me a hero point right at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure why, but I'll take it.
It's because David was being mean.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I'll definitely take that.
It's because you were muted.
Okay. So first, let's play the music. There we go. What a day it was. Captain Magnus and Cressida Estuary most expertly summoned a titan from beneath the sand sea. Tahili, thief of ships, emerged from the dunes at their call, and I could not believe my eyes. I knew she was large, but there's something magnificent about really seeing her with your own eyes. It reminded me of what I felt the first time I saw the Terrafants, those gentle giants of the savannah. Although Tahili lives on a scale entirely larger. When she rose from the sands, a gargantuan ancient beast amongst lesser beings, let's be honest, my heart skipped. She promptly began to envelop the Tower of Damara, devouring the ship we had fastened beneath the citadel as bait, the perfect distraction as we began our rescue mission. It was exactly as we had planned it. Beasts are predictable, after all, driven by instinct and hunger. People, however, pose a more complex existence, as evidenced by a sudden change of plans when enemy ships were spotted on the horizon. King Anatole suggested we split up, he and a few trusted friends heading out to meet the enemy ships and stop them, the rest of us continuing with the plan of entering the caves beneath the Black Reef to save our friends and find the Everseed. I didn't think much of the change of plans. However, the impact it had on Cress was palpable. Only just recently reunited with their close friend, they were now being asked to part from him once again. Their anxiety at this was not subtle. Finn and Taruk seemed to lose trust in Anatole as well. At one point, Finn pulled Anatole aside, and I heard him question Anatole's leadership at the sudden change of plans. I suspect this confrontation may have been driven by his deep and somewhat obvious love for Cress. Meanwhile, Elder Taruk so kindly checked in with each and every one of us to ensure we were all satisfied proceeding with this smaller than expected group. I sensed his trust in King Anatole waning as well. The social dynamics at play were more than I felt equipped to address, so I did my best to keep us on task. We descended into the caves beneath the Black Reef while Tahili had her feast. Finn discovered a large and ancient door covered in giant-like runes, but we were unable to open it without a key. According to Finn, the runes revealed that behind that door lay an ancient ancestral power, an inherent strength from forebears long past. Nepeta seemed to think it was unlikely that this would be the location of the Everseed, so we pressed on. I set my hunter's instincts on the Chul, as this was their domain. Sure enough, we encountered an occupied Chul hole almost immediately. Cress was able to use illusory magic to lure it further down, which was wildly clever, but we were not so lucky to avoid it entirely. Despite Taruk's masterful climbing skills, Captain Magnus slipped and nearly fell to his death, which would have been the end of our guide and the demise of our entire plan had Finn not saved him with his remarkable giantkin strength. There was more than just the Chul awaiting us in those musty caves. A large tentacle lay in wait, but we were not far enough in to determine what beast it was attached to. We also made quick work of a small horde of Draugr, cursed undead sailors, mindlessly moaning and searching for their lost love, the sea. This led me to realize once again that I know not much of the love and promises of people, having lived most of my life on my own amongst the fauna. Plants and animals are easier, straightforward. They mate, they eat, they pursue what they need to survive. People seek so much more than this. Love, secrets, beauty, and the like. Things I have never thought myself quite so eager to obtain, as practical as I am. Perhaps I have much to learn about this cruel and beautiful world. End scene.
Bravo!
Thank you.
Nicely done, Hannah. All right, make sure you have your second hero point added. Friends, I bring your attention back to the map for our dungeon crawl continues.
Dog, roll
The
20 would be so
cavern.
helpful.
Yeah,
Yes,
you might
want that.
I'm such a dumb bitch.
I was wondering because I had a crab on the map, like messing around with Finn's token, and I got no reaction. And he was like, "Damn, Alec just walked in tonight."
You got a frantic arrow from me going, what is that?
I'm in. Okay. So sorry.
Okay, guys, we're gonna pick back up here in the Chul Caverns. All right, you guys, as Hannah just mentioned, you've just eliminated a pack of Draugr. So the Chul Caverns are this cramped, winding, labyrinthian tunnels of a now dried coral reef, sand, shells, seaweed littering the floor. The walls are natural rock, quite sharp in the kind of the more cramped spaces, and the smell of brine and dead fish dominates everything. And there is not a lot of light, but Cress is taking care of that problem for you all with some very clever alchemy.
Yay.
Okay, before you, here is the shipwreck. You find nestled within a larger section of the reef caves a portion of a ship's hull. It seems that it has somehow ended up here in these caverns, either by the relentless tides or by something maybe a bit more sentient. The structure is poorly preserved. What appears to be chunks of the starboard hull of the ship are waterlogged and kind of held in place by the walls of the cave and iron fittings and nails that keep the boards still upright. So, friends, we're picking right back up right here in this room. Any post-combat reactions, anything you'd like to do in this space, and then Magnus, I will say for his part, is going to instruct as your guide that you want to leave through the passageway to the east, over there.
All right. Is anybody hurt?
No, all fine here.
Farron does a quick check on Talka just to see where she's at, and she looks good.
And Gron, Magnus, and Nepeta look fine?
Gron, Magnus, and Nepeta all look pretty good.
God, we're
Okay.
killing it.
Yeah.
Question: how long would it take to see what the Dwagar have on them?
Not too long. Yeah, they're.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
mean, they're. Yeah, you could totally, take a quick like what we'll do in like dungeon rooms. Everybody just kind of let me know like maybe like one or two things you're up to in the room, right? So if you want to loot the Duergar, totally fine. Someone want to explore the ship, play
Farron's
with
retrieving
tentacle,
her arrows.
eat the tentacle, do what you want.
Okay, I think
Parents retrieving arrows, perfect.
Finn will announce to the group, I'm just going to see what these all have on them. And
Good idea.
he'll go to investigate.
Okay. All right. While Finn's doing that, Farron's retrieving arrows. I'm pulling up the Draeger stat blocks for you now, Alec.
All good.
If this
And then
takes, can we say this takes a minute
Yeah, totally.
to do? Then
Yeah.
Cress will cast during this time Vital Beacon.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give us the casting of that vital beacon. Tell us what that looks like for us.
I don't believe they've cast this before.
Doesn't sound.
So I think Cress is going to touch the Earth, knowing that far below, the planet's oceans have been siphoned into that space, and feeling the presence of the ocean far below, they dig their fingers in just an inch into the soil, the scattering among the rocks, and close their eyes. And when they open them, the bright ocean blue has become the near black midnight blue of the depths below. And there's this sort of bioluminescence of an angler fish in the deepest depths of their pupils that grows brighter and brighter for the minute. And at the end of the time, their eyes return to normal, except this sort of bluish cast to their pupils, as if there's something lighting what is normally blackness with it.
It's awesome. Cress. I love the flavor of this spell, and I think someone. Sorry, I just noticed someone wrote down "chul hole" in the chul hole. Cress, the flavoring of this spell. Yes, your spell goes off as intended, but I want to kind of tap into the flavor here. Give me a nature check.
Nature.
Nature.
What's my plus 14? Whatever this is. Wow! I rolled a 2. 16.
16. Okay. Spell goes off without a hitch. Nothing additional at the moment.
Damn.
That's all right. That's all right. This is a fairly free check, right? As far as ones to get a 2 on, that's okay. Okay. Cress is healing. Taruk, real quick, what are you looking to do in this moment here?
I think Taruk is kind of, again, he's sticking closer to Nepeta, and trying to almost act as a guard to nature, if that makes sense, where he views her as a force of nature, and he's like, well, I'm a protector of nature and protector of naturalism, if you will, and so it's I want to protect people, and so he's kind of just sticking near her, and I think kind of doing the observer move of standing back and just watching everybody where they're going, making sure that nobody is disappearing, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Nobody's falling in the chul hole.
Yeah,
nobody's falling in the chul hole. No one's messing with the tentacle.
Yeah, the tentacle doesn't just slowly drag somebody off that we don't notice for a second. We're just kind of standing back and watching.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get back to you here in a second.
Cool.
Finn, you managed to gather while the beacon, while Cress's beacon is lit, and Farron is retrieving arrows. Yourself and Farron kind of working through Dwargar to Dwargar. You do find on their bodies 4 great axes and 4 suits of leather armor. Couple of helms, but the helms are quite rusted and whatnot. Looks like they've been here quite a long time. In the process of your search, give me a perception check here.
Perception. Sorry, I had to log in and reload my sheet. That is a 26.
Okay, 26 is really good. Now, your perception check here is not actually going to just be looking for items and whatnot. You catch something, right? With a perception check of 26, I'm counting this primarily as an insight check on a couple of characters here in the space. Specifically, Captain Magnus. Magnus seems to avoid the Duergar, like pointedly tries not to look at them, and is kind of positioned here now by the exit. Doesn't look at the ship, doesn't look at the Duergar. Almost with the 26, there's an obvious avoidance of engaging with these things from Magnus. You do catch that. Additionally, with the 26 perception, because that would be what you were going to be using to search, you also... Well, let me see. Do you explore the ship at all, or just the Duergar?
I'd say the after finding some basic gear, I think, yeah, he'd probably turn his vision to the ship.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to move you over to the ship. Okay. Gron, I'm just going to move Gron over here as well with Magnus so I can track. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a Duergar hiding under Gron there. So it's actually 5 great axes, 5 suits of leather armors.
Oh.
Gron was hiding one of them. Okay. I'll get back to you here in a second, Finn. Taruk and Nepeta. There is something that Nepeta is up to, and Taruk, I imagine you being an escort of Nepeta. Excuse me, hiccups. A guardian of nature. Nepeta's interest is in the tentacle. She kind of checks it out. The first thing she tells you, Taruk, is that the tentacle does not appear to be living. As you guys look at it closer, it's not moving. There are signs of rot, signs of decomposition. And I mean, it's hard to say that the smell doesn't mingle with the rest of this cavern, right? Kind of disguising. Everything in here is slowly decomposing, right? Its ecosystem having been completely disrupted. But this tentacle, just like everything else, is decomposing.
I think Taruk would still like kind of hold the Peta back from touching the tentacle.
Sure.
And I think he would just be like, well, right, so I think you're probably correct that it is deceased, but in the last few days I was humped by a giant shrimp. I almost had an entire ship of flesh eat me. And honestly, robots tried to kill me at every corner, so I'm gonna kind of stay safe with this one and just say it's probably going to be something else.
Nepeta kind of pulling back away from the tentacle, it says to you, "Indeed, Elder, the world is changing around us. A great many things have come to pass, perish. 'Tis a shame."
Truly it is, but I don't know, I think we're making a difference.
I thank you for your escort, Elder.
Of course.
Can Farron approach the dead tentacle and take a little look-see?
Certainly. And real quick, while you're doing that, Cress, I forgot to ask. I know the beacon spell went up, but what does the beacon do for us?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing right now.
Okay.
Okay.
The time of my choosing, it'll start healing people.
Oh, nice.
Good to know.
That's
Very
cool.
nifty.
It'll do
Okay.
that until tomorrow's preparations. So I've got some heal. There's the light of healing behind Cress's pupils, though. I don't think they've alerted anyone to that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't skip ahead of an effect. All right.
Maybe Magnus, as someone who might be especially attuned to like changes in people, might notice the light behind their pupils.
Mm-hmm. You know, under normal circumstances, I'd probably say you're correct, but Magnus is
busy.
like
He's
he's
preoccupied.
beelining. Yeah, he's beelining out of here. And you can Cress is you're passing Nepeta and Taruk, who are exploring the tentacle. Farron doing a little bit of tentacle exploration herself. Right, Finn making his way through the broken cabin. You see. You see Magnus kind of standing next to Gron, basically saying, keep an eye closely on your friends. We don't want to linger here much longer. The Jewel, it escaped. It could be laying in wait, prepping another ambush. Basically, trying to convince Gron, and I think Cress to, keep things moving. But
Yeah, of course, Magnus. Finn, is there anything of note there? And Farron, is that thing dead?
Can confirm. Very dead. I am
Farron, give me
doing...
a perception check.
Yeah, I am doing
Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm doing a thing. I've got my level 8 feat pulled up here. It's called Forensic Acumen. And I would like to try to determine with a recall knowledge medicine check. Well, it looks like I have to do a medicine check first, and if I succeed, I can attempt an immediate follow-up check on something I found with a +2 circumstance bonus. Usually related to cause of injury or death. But let's do the medicine check first and see what comes of that.
Since I've
Like
asked,
when you said forensic acumen. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
just since Cress asked about the state of it being dead, can I give an aid action?
Totally. I like that.
Sweet.
Hell
Thanks.
yeah.
Cress and Farron checking out this tentacle.
Acumening forensically.
Yeah.
13 plus 19 is a number.
That's a crit.
32?
32.
Yeah, it's a crit success on
Great
the 8.
aid.
So it's
Okay.
a +2 for you.
Excellent. I get +2 on this. Medicine check is... Ooh. It is 18 on the die, +2, +13. 18 plus 15 is 33.
Yeah.
15 is 33. Give me a sec here. I just pulled up the forensic acumen stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. It wants you to do a minimum of 5 minutes. Are you up for a minimum of 5 minutes?
Yeah, I should have said since we're hanging out, it does take 5 minutes. We're
Okay.
good with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Magnus is like hopping on the side of the room. That's okay.
Poor buddy.
With your check, couple things. Okay, let me see here. So you get a recall knowledge, basically.
So first it's a medicine check, and then I recall
Okay.
knowledge on to follow up on something that I learned from the medicine
Sure.
check.
With a +2 circumstance. Okay, yeah. Well, it's definitely a success. Go ahead and give me the recall knowledge then. And I would say for this, because it's a creature, nature would be the most appropriate.
Yeah, I'll do nature. Would you take survival as like a wilderness expertise thing? It's a little bit.
Since it failed to survive, could I make a
Fail to survive.
I can do
I
nature
would.
if you prefer it. Both are good. I just
Since this beta cuck failed to live,
nerd
This-
doesn't know how to
since-
survive.
That bitch is dead.
Yes. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll survival.
Sweet.
For survival, what I'll do here is you're basically gonna be. I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit of not so much what the creature is, but what you can get from the tentacle.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool with me. Can I? So if I want to know like cause of death, I should do nature.
If you want to know cause of death, I'm fine with medicine or nature.
Nature.
Your medicine check was already really good.
Yeah.
I don't mind rolling that into the thing. Cause of
Okay.
death, though, is difficult to determine from just one tentacle. the core body, even with a check as good as yours and Cress assisting, it's difficult to determine the exact cause of death. What you can find is that in part of the decomposing, the tentacle has slowly been like not only just decomposing, but also kind of chewed away. You can see evidence of, well, you guys already saw evidence of like chewels through the area, scratches on the wall, deep gouges in the stone, that kind of thing. You can also see some of that happening here on the tentacle. Maybe a chewel might have gotten to it. You also see kind of deeper down in the cave, like in the darkness, with your dark vision. Do you guys know trilobites? They're like little bugs, right? Okay, well, I don't want you to picture the little bug. I want you to picture a much bigger bug. They're like trilobites, silver carapaces, and chewing away at the tentacle down in the bottom. They're more obsessed with their meal at the moment than they are with you, but there is a swarm of trilobites kind of working its way through the tentacle.
Okay, then I would like my follow-up check to be nature to see if we can determine cause of death.
Okay.
So this is nature.
A hell of a check.
It might be. This is nature with a +2.
Nature +2.
And plus 15, so plus 17 to this. I'm going to use a hero point because I'm fully stacked.
How did you get fully stacked? Oh, that's right.
Free.
Alec gave you one.
Alec gave me one.
That's
and
right.
A recap. Now I'm down
Alec
to 2.
gave you one because you're muted.
It's the same fucking
You know, though, if you use a hero point that you got while you were muted, does it really count?
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
The hero point falls in the woods.
Yeah, for hero points, yeah. If a player is muted when they use a hero point, does the roll really?
I'm gonna use my other hero point. I don't care. I don't know why, but I want to succeed on this.
You want to succeed on this? Okay.
All right, girly.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, Hannah, different
I'm
dice.
sorry.
It was
Yeah, I
8,
have an
8,
idea.
3.
Oh.
I'm not using another hero point.
You do have one more
So
hero
3 plus
point.
17 is bullshit.
The devil on her shoulder, Adam.
Oh,
It's 20.
It's what I am.
It's 20, but it's not a hell of a check, as you
No.
made clear that I needed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. With a 20. Okay, with a 20, you do not. You can't quite determine the cause of death, but I will give you that. What you are able to get from this is, and I don't know if this is how. I'll be honest. I don't know if this is how octopi work, but I think it would be cool if you were able to extract like maybe some ink from the tentacles.
Some squid
Like
ink.
you get some ink. You're able to
Awesome.
harvest at least like roll 2d6 for me.
Okay.
He's whipping his cock out.
You guys, snake eyes.
No.
Well,
Fucking 2 1s.
You get it's a very dead tentacle. You get 2 vials. You get 2 vials of ink
Okay, I'll take it.
of octopus ink.
All right, I'll write some letters later.
You enunciated really hard on puss.
Octopus.
Let's see.
Octopus.
Whoa.
Session title. Just kidding.
Hey, we
I
can't
think
use
it's
that.
copyrighted for James.
Yeah.
It is by James Bond because Octopussy.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's true.
God.
It's a character.
Funny.
All right.
Cool.
So
All right,
while
I used my level 8 feet
while
for the first time. Yay!
hey,
Yay!
while you guys are extracting ink from the octopus tentacle, Finn, you are making your
Yeah.
way into the ship. The interior of this vessel is it's a little bit like kind of walking into almost like a tomb of
Ooh.
the sea life that once lived here.
Okay.
You see a few species of coral that seem to like maybe just be lingering on like what little moisture is still in the area. They're not quite gone yet, but a lot of dead fish around. A few crabs scurrying back into nooks and crannies on the walls, and the ship kind of creaking beneath your feet as you move through it. Give me a perception check in here.
Sure thing, boss.
Zoink Scoob!
Ruh, ruh.
Fuck is that? 27.
27. Okay, with a 27,
Yes,
as
sir.
you're moving around, you find a section of the, you make your way towards kind of the back, right? The door kind of as you're approaching, you can hear like the creaking of the boards, right? Almost kind of thinking like, oh, this place isn't the most stable structure, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, though, your head is pretty close to the roof because you're a tall dude.
I was gonna say the motherfucker to enter is the biggest bitch here.
Yeah.
He's like,
just past one of the posts, it still manages to be, keeping the structure upright. You see a glimmer through your dark vision. I guess it's not going to glimmer. There's no light to glimmer off of, right? But you do see something. You do see a shape, a more rectangular shape in the back of the room. It looks to be a chest. You do find a chest.
interesting place for a chest.
A pirate ship, yeah.
A
Right
dungeon?
up there. Look, there's a little chest right there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Finn?
He'll lean back toward the group. Looks like I found a chest in here.
Magnus calls out, "Leave the cursed thing. Let's be on our way.
Leave it alone!
Leave the blasted chest alone."
He's giving me big Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
him
Mr.
just kinda
Krabs meets
bouncing up and
Captain
over, like, I
Barbossa.
gotta go.
Where's my
Where's
the formula to my
I know
Krabby
about
Patty?
table. This has to be like tied to his personal trauma, but I just keep wanting to make a joke about what kind of creature the chest could belong to.
So, you think leave it? It could harbor something we need.
I think you should open it, but check for traps
Turns in
first.
a huff. He's not going to engage, unfortunately. Yeah. He's-
Understandable.
God damn it, I muted
Yeah.
again.
Can I?
Farron encourages you to open it. You should take a peek inside, but do check for traps first.
Can I? Yeah. So about that, can I do a thing where I
Don't want to get turned into a robot.
Oh.
what?
Yeah.
Last time, yeah.
Last time someone opened a chest in a dungeon, they got turned into a robot.
Remind me.
What I what I want to do is
Rest in peace,
an
Tex.
occultism or an arcana check to see if there's any sort of magic present. I think like leaning on his understanding of how runes are inscribed and how they are left behind in order to ward or protect. I think he wants to see if there's something similar here, whether or not it's runic or another source of magic. He wants to check if there is any sort of like abjuration or magical effect on this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a good old. Let's go with occultism. I think that's your. I think that's better for you than Arcana.
Actually, Arcana's better.
Really?
Oh.
Then give me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna do that.
What's up with that?
He's a smart bitch, that Finn.
He's a pretty smart bitch.
18 plus 15, 33.
33, yeah. With a 33, does not appear to have any sort of magical entrapments or anything like that. No, it's all clear.
Sweet. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a stance that I recently got. And I'm gonna use my stretching reach to try and hook it. And
Mr. Fantastic, that
pull
shit.
it back. Yeah.
Come here.
I think he's channeling his inner giant. He's like, think big thoughts, think big thoughts, think big thoughts. And he sort of like leans over and tries to like hook the bottom like hooked portion of Hugh up on some sort of like
Yeah.
just pull it towards him. And he knows how spooky the cricks and cracks are in this space. He doesn't want to walk any further.
Good thinking. Good thinking. Go ahead, give me the what kind of check is it? Does it tell you to do a specific thing?
It just says you can
Probably
leverage
one
your
check.
size and muscle to extend your
Okay.
reach.
All right, give me athletics.
So athletics, got it.
This sounds athletically inclined.
This I'm gonna use a hero point for.
Hey, first
Okay.
room in the dungeon.
That's
Let's
first
get him out.
Can't believe I used
31
two.
there, mate. It's better than a
Oh,
16.
That's significantly better than 16. Yeah, 31 is an easy success. Finn, you're able to kind of hook the beard of Hugh up into a handle and scoop the chest over to you. Easy peasy.
I can assure you there are no magical qualities here.
You bring it back to the group. It is locked, but the lock is old. And, I mean, not difficult to break.
Dink!
Fair enough.
Dink!
I imagine, Finn, this will be part of the 5 minutes that Cress and them are looking at the tentacle. So yeah, I don't think you're going to need much of a roll here. You certainly have the strength.
Sure. Cool.
Okay. In the chest, what you find are... Well, technically, I count it as 3 items, but it's actually 56. 54 items are gold.
You're a fucking idiot.
56 health potions? What?
54 of the items
I
you
gotta
find in
go.
this chest
Hey,
are
guys,
gold.
I gotta go.
You find a rather fine spyglass and a scarf. As you pull the chest out and you break it open and you start looking around, Finn just kind of riding your previous success. Magnus is like way down over here now.
Way down over where?
He's like in the tunnel.
I was gonna say Finn's probably like right over here now.
He's
Just, like,
within sight. Yeah.
But he's wigged. He's wigged out. You don't like it.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of what's happening right now.
I think Finn just looks like a spyglass and a scarf, along with some
Whoa. A fine spyglass.
a fine. I apologize.
Whoa.
God has corrected me. It is quite the fine spyglass.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, and if you're looking on what's that, demiplane, you should
Yep.
be able to add a fine spyglass to your inventory.
Okay.
Are they?
As for the scarf, if it has any sort of, in this, unfortunately, you do need to go through like identifying magic and all that shit to know if an item is magical. You don't innately know, but
I feel like Taruk is like, when you bring this out, he's like, so are they magical? Because Taruk doesn't know. You're like, he's like, are they magical or are they just a scarf and a eyeglass? A fine one. Sorry, it does look good. Fine
one.
one, but
what was the griffin thing that we fought? An ascendant griffin.
Ascended griffin.
Ascendant.
Ascended.
Was an ascendant
Yeah, the griffin.
griffin.
Forgot that they were the same.
Not just heavy.
I'll have to spend some time with these to figure out any magical qualities. More time than I think we have here, but just to ensure people are comfortable, I'll keep them on my person just in case.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Shove it in the bag.
Put it in the bag. Get in the water. Okay. So, all right, guys. With that, there's not much else left in this room at the moment. I think you guys have thoroughly explored. All right.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Okay. It's about time.
I'm sorry, Magnus.
Right.
So hasty.
I think,
Magnus,
I think Taruk leans over to Fair and is like, he seems grumpy.
Right.
Like,
No idea.
You do. Gron says, he does. He is quite grumpy, isn't he?
right?
And just for tracking purposes, Gron's wings are done now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Between the flight down, the moving through the tunnel,
Mhm.
yeah, his wings are over for now. He can, and Cress, I think you're pretty much aware, he's not hiding. He has never hidden this from you. He would just need to refocus, right? Get that focus spell back, and then he can bring his wings back out.
Oh, so 10 minutes. Does 10 minutes of walking? Because it's not doing a. How does that work? One sec. Let me
yeah.
look at my focus.
I think you got to do like 10 minutes of like light activity kind of thing. I don't
Okay.
know if walking. Well, we'll double check, but I don't think you can do it while walking. I'll say too,
Mr.
especially
Riggin.
like walking in this space, he's not really relaxed. He's even a guy who's as quite laid back as Gron still is somewhat alert.
Okay. Well, we've spent 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does it have to be all at once?
I believe so. I'm not totally sure. Let me see.
I'll look it up.
Refocus, because I think it's an actual like exploration
Ability or
action as
something,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. Refocus 2e. Refocus actions. You have a focus pool. Yeah, it says you spend minutes performing deeds to restore your magical net connection. Okay, yeah. So you have to do like 10 minutes of like a deed of like refocusing. So whether it's like meditating, whether it's, flavor of your choice, right? In Gron's case, I think it's, 10 minutes focusing on his draconic powers. Putting himself out there. Okay. Alrighty. So, party. I'm gonna have you guys move on into the next room here. It is quite a narrow fit over here. As you're making your way through, it's a lot of like broken ledges. Maybe a portion where the cave is like slightly collapsed. Magnus can kind of flesh warp his way, just squeezing through some of these tight spaces. You can see he doesn't have really, even with his flesh warp magic, he doesn't have to worry about his skeletal structure. He just kind of twists and bends as he kind of like squeezes through, very much like the senator in X-Men.
Senator Kelly.
Melts.
Yeah.
Before he melts because his body couldn't handle the mutation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
He just squeezes through the.
He just squeezes through the things.
Oh my god.
Old Captain Magnus.
Do I,
boy.
He would love to be on
given
a
the size differential, do I have to do anything to get through this space?
You do indeed. Finn, we will need a to squeeze through. I believe it is not athletics. What is the dexterity one? Dexterous
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Can I assist Finn with this?
Sure.
Push him through.
I would say so.
I'm a master of acrobatics. That's why I was wondering. Like,
Yeah, squeeze. Yeah, it's an acrobatics check.
And that's what a. Oh
do
yeah,
I
you
just
gotta roll. You gotta roll in.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam, you go ahead and roll first.
That is a 31.
Yeah, that's a crit success. So you get a +2. You grant Finn a +2 bonus to his attempt to squeeze through here. Also, too, while you guys are rolling that, the squeeze, it actually, like, the action has sample tasks, and it says if you are trained in squeezing, you can barely fit your shoulders. If you are a master, you can squeeze through a space that barely fits your head.
Whoa.
Incredible. Crazy.
Woo.
I with the +2, it's a 24.
24. All right. 24 takes a minute. But yeah,
Yep.
with Taruk's help, you're able to get through. Give me the show of Taruk and Finn getting through this narrow space.
Adam, please set this up.
All right, so what you're going? No, don't put your. If you put your hand there, then in about. Well,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, step back, and I'm gonna show you. Right. So when
Step
you
back toward you, or step.
Yes, come back towards me, and then what you're going to do is, if you put your hand there, then see it. It gets stuck. So you have to put your hands in first, pull yourself in, and then use your.
How am I
leg.
going to do that if I'm fully horizontal? It doesn't make sense. I'm not walking at that. Am I supposed to crawl through?
Well, yeah, kind of. Here,
Alright.
just go back in the way that you were there, and I'm gonna push, and then you're going to make it through. Cool.
Sure, understood. Yep.
And I think it's just like I think it's a lot of like, yeah. There's like like.
Finn,
Oh no.
Finn's the big guy, like trying to get to his seat in a packed theater. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
He's bumping into Cress and Gron and Magnus. But I apologize. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's all right. You want to go first?
that might be better for everyone.
There's a point where Magnus is on one side, Finn is kind of in the middle, on the other side of Finn.
And Magnus is pulling.
It's your hips
Yeah,
that keep on
Magnus-
getting hot, like because of
Yeah.
the axe.
Yeah.
Just take the axe from your side, Jesus.
I'm sorry, everyone.
While we're heading toward this chasm.
There's a big
can
chasm.
It's a big chasm.
Big chasm in this room.
Can I make some sort of perception check for the chasm? Because we've
Sure.
encountered a chul in the last chasm.
You have encountered chuls in previous chasms.
In a cavern, in a chasm. What are you? Oh, not great. 7 plus 16 is 23? 23.
7 plus 16 is 23. With a 23,
Yes.
let me just take a look at something. Where's that thing?
There's clearly nothing in there because he's.
Yeah. Must be the case.
That's crazy.
23.
Let me double check what I wrote.
Let me just double check the old. Yeah, what does the dungeon key have for this hole?
What's the DC to see nothing?
For the second hole in my dungeon.
For the next hole, yeah, you're all set. Yeah, it's all clear, Cress. Actually, with a 23, what you do get, and I think Cress, you were the one to pick it up first, especially after your Vital Beacon spell. After your, was it Vital Beacon? Is that the name of the spell?
Yes, you got it.
After the spell, you are the first to hear something that gives you a moment's pause as you enter, kind of like just barely echoing off the cavern walls as Finn is kind of scraping his way through the tunnel. Everybody else really doesn't quite catch it, but Cress, you are attuned to this. You hear the sound of rushing water to the south. The burbling, yeah.
Cress just grabs the shoulder of Magnus's coat. Do you hear it?
See, as you pointed out, he takes a moment to listen. Aye. It sounds like that'd be water.
I believe so.
That's a sound I'd been scared I'd never hear again.
I didn't know how much I missed it.
Well, Royal Seeker, let us be on our way. Let us see what awaits us. Things have, as he kind of looks around, he says, things are changing in these tunnels. This second hole, for example. I don't recall much about it.
This wasn't here.
Hey, perhaps it seems bigger than it when I'd last come through. The world is still changing, still settling. The Chul's still hard at work on these tunnels. It's been some time since I've last made my way through them.
Captain Magnus, do you think the surface can withstand all this change?
To be honest, I don't know. The surface is one thing. I suspect that one way or another, this world will remain. Whether it's a dried husk of its former self. 'Tis the people that I wonder, can they withstand this change? The innocent people, kind of the hand that's on his shoulder, he pets it. He says, it's in people, my faith is growing day by day. If we are to withstand, it won't be alone.
Together then, Captain. They'll give it a squeeze and then release and continue.
As the two of you approach the ledge, he goes, well, I might wait to cross this until Master Reese is here. my experience with these holes leaves a good deal to be desired, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable attempting the crossing with Master Reese within arm's reach.
That sounds wise.
Finn behind them, like tall,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, honestly, Finn, I mean, there's definitely a lot of places, yeah, you're kind of like crunched down. Ugh. Okay. So, my friends, there is your second chasm. To give you an idea, you guys can probably, like, I'm just going to draw from Magnus here. You can probably make your way down here and, like, scooch across this way.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a trick, right? So, I know a few of you, Finn, that's not going to be, it's not a terribly large jump, but Cress, in the last section, you had been looking and watching the condition of the ledges, making sure they were stable. This ledge, this kind of keeping, again, I like to keep the things that you guys have already established that you're doing kind of somewhat, considered. This ledge is not the most stable. This, specifically this side that you guys are on, not super stable, but it does kind of jut out a little ways so that, if you're quick and careful, you might be able to kind of climb across, but you'd have to be, again, quick or careful.
All right. Everybody careful.
Idea, do you want me to... And I think Taruk, you see, is like looking around, and if you've ever gone rock climbing, you can tell Taruk is clocking handholds as he's staring around the area to figure out where best places are to rest, where like just naturally it's what he does in the jungle of swinging from tree to tree. It's that, and so I think he's like, I could maybe scout ahead, make easy path for everybody, if that works.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, Taruk, if you want to kind of scout a path, right, what I would say is let's have this be an acrobatics check. And let me see here. If you hit above a 26, everybody will get a +1.
Ooh.
So almost kind of be a little bit like an A check, but with maybe just a slightly, let's say 25. If you happen to hit a 35, everybody gets +2, or a critical success, right?
Hey guys, let's hope for that 35.
It's possible.
Let's go, buddy.
Doable.
It's very doable for
Winnable.
me.
Yeah.
Winnable. Hey guys, I think we hit real close to it. If not it, give me 2 seconds, because math. We did actually hit it. That's a 36. I got an 18 plus 18.
36. There you go. With Taruk's guidance, Taruk kind of pointing out, and Taruk with a 36 too, you are not limited. Yeah, you can be honestly anywhere in this space against any of these walls with a 36
so
man.
I
you're.
choose to be right here in the middle of the.
I mean,
Well, I'll just use you as a stepping stone. That's your aid.
Taruk just spiders out. People walk across him.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Taruk takes a position there and is kind of like hooked his hands in so that he's in a very like easy to like direct position, and is like, as people are coming through, he's like, okay, hand hold there, nope, not that one, that one is loose, like, and is like pointing out like little things that even climbers like might not notice, where it's like handholds are there, but you can see if you grab it, the rock beneath it is cracked, so it'll just drop out from under you.
Yeah.
And he's like pointing that out to the group as they pass through to give them the like aid, if you will.
Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, and everybody, the whole crew is going to get a +2 here. So, and real quick, you cast, what was it, Gecko Fingers or something on?
Gecko grip.
I think it
grip.
is ended though, because it only lasts I think 10 minutes.
Well, Gron's thing is 10 minutes past. I would say what Nepeta still has, because you just cast it as you guys approach the first Chul hole. So I give Nepeta a little bit more time on this. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Nepeta's got the.
She has it for like I know we spent like 5 minutes, so she probably has it for like a minute left.
Yeah.
But
go.
so she.
You go first.
We'll go ahead and we'll have Nepeta moved over to safety, no problem. Okay, let's do Magnus and Gron. And guys, go ahead, roll your. Go ahead. We'll have everybody else, because Taruk, you are a kind of an accomplished climber. Your style of climbing is acrobatic. It's fairly unique.
No.
Everybody else, though, I do need an athletics check, but you do get a +2 to the roll, courtesy of our good friend Taruk.
Okay.
Beats me.
And Taruk, with your assistance, the other two are able to make it over no problem.
Good.
We have
Yeah,
a +2.
+2.
Really good.
Okay. Cress,
Taruk
I
gives
rolled
you
a
a
17, but I have a -1 with them +2. So 18.
Roll a 17. 18. Okay.
It's-
18 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 18 isn't great. Okay. Cress, I'm going to say you're probably going last, and we'll come back to you here in a moment. Right?
Great.
Finn and Farron.
I got
Finn
an
Farron.
Oh.
Also not great.
No.
I'll just be real with you.
Not good at all.
Not
I
too good
used
at
it.
all.
I used it.
Do you have? Oh,
I don't have a hair point.
Okay.
No.
That's true. Yeah, you used it when you were exploring the ship.
Hmm.
Okay. Second thought. Finn, we'll talk about you last.
Save the worst for last.
Understood.
Farron got a
Okay.
32, so
Farron, you're good.
should I roll for Talca?
We'll have Farron. Yeah, we'll have you roll for Tulka as well. I'm gonna have Farron over.
Talca got a 26.
Tulka got a 26. Tulka's fine.
Hop, hop.
Okay. Let's see. Our not so fine. The way I would imagine this is perhaps Cress climbing over. Things get a little shaky, right? Despite Taruk's guidance, right? Maybe Cress, maybe you're a smaller individual than a lot of your party at the moment. Maybe you just couldn't quite reach that hand grip, right? So, in that burst of desperation to try to, follow through on Taruk's instructions, you take the leap and you go for it, right? But your hand just manages to slip it. And Cress, as you begin to slip, right? And Taruk goes to join Finn. I can't imagine Finn letting Cress just fall. And I think
I was gonna say,
yeah.
can I use a reaction to what is it?
Grab a ledge.
Grab an edge, but grab like Cress's hand or something.
Grab a Cress. So you both would be allowed that same reaction, the grab a ledge, right? But I think just for the scene, Finn's natural one is Finn in that instinct of trying to save Cress and saying fuck Taruk's instruction, right? You just it's reactionary, right? It's instinctual. It wasn't
I know
normally
exactly what
better.
it is. I think Finn sees Cress go for it and like locks that they're not going to reach it. So he, like you said, David, says fuck it and jumps down into the chasm to be prepared to catch Cress when they come down.
Oh. Okay. Reactions?
Because fuck
Are we
that.
grabbing ledges? Yeah.
Cress
No,
is
we're
like,
not.
No.
No,
Okay,
some
we're
of
not
us,
grabbing
some of us
ledges.
are magical.
Okay, give me the magics.
Some of us.
Cress leaps, sees that they're not going to reach it. Goes, fuck. And they hear behind them the leap of Finn. They're like, no. And they cast Propulsive Breeze, which is going to hit Finn, not themselves, but Finn is under them. So Finn, I'm creating a current of wind at your back, propelling your movement 15 feet in this direction. So you're gonna hit me and take me to the other side of this ledge.
Yeah.
That's goofy.
Tumble.
Dive and then gets turbo boosted forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Finn also has wings too, right? So you can even catch a little bit of that wind.
He's not using them.
I know you're not using them, right? But if
Sure,
they catch
yeah.
the wind,
Directionally.
Yeah.
It's 15 feet though, so that should be plenty to get us
Yeah.
to the other side.
plenty to get you guys to the other side. Yeah.
Just barrel
Yeah, I
into
love the
us.
idea. Yeah. Crest starts to slip, right? Finn instinctually dives in to catch them, right? And Crest, in that split second, as everything's just kind of, the world almost slows down, you reach out, right? You find the magic that you need. You give us the as you kind of push Finn up, right?
All of a sudden, we can all hear the rush of water as Cress goes, "No!" And there is the rushing sound of water and then the sound of bubbles, more akin to the bubbles within the dream than in the waking world. And you feel this burst of air beneath you, Finn, as you and you hit Cress along your trajectory upward, and we do tumble with little strange bubbles popping around us like soap.
Hell yeah. We'll have a little Cress and Finn pile over here.
It just
Do we have the anime the anime tumble where, you know, Finn, you guys are just now a tangle of limbs?
Yeah, can we roll who's on top?
Like your butt
Yeah,
is
sure.
up in the air and
Or
your
we just
like
roll
goes
a
down.
d20, whoever's highest is on top.
Whoever's whoever gets high.
Natural 1.
Oh.
7.
Okay.
Higher than a 1. Finn's on top.
Very tentative top.
I think Finn, like, arms just sort of like wall off Cress's head as his slams into the ground right next to theirs. Thank you.
Why were you down there?
I couldn't let you fall.
Were you gonna stop me from falling, or were you just gonna fall with me?
I was gonna catch you, and if I had to, fly up. But you beat me to it.
All right, you got the next one. They pop his armor, ding.
He helps them up, kind of wipes them off. Like, very, very nicely done, Chris. Thank you.
Likewise, thank you.
I think from across the chasm, you see as Taruk, seeing all of this, had already prepared to dive, and he is standing like he's standing the wrong way, where his feet are against the wall. He's not holding on with his hands, he's holding with his tail and his feet only. He is fully vertical with the ground, like ready to jump down at you. And he's like, right, so fuck, and goes back to it and starts crawling on the wall again. He's gonna go around this way, and then can he look into this?
Yeah, I was about to say, yes.
Watch
Taruk,
this,
yeah,
precious.
absolutely. Absolutely, you can peer into there. Okay, let me see what you find when you look in there. Taruk. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move. Well, so Taruk, when you stare into there, the first thing is as you approach, water is now passing underneath you. You find a stream of water kind of pouring through a hole in what looks to be what starts off as a cave, but as you peer in, you can actually start to see remnants of a constructed wall. And as you peer in, you see a bright purple crystal that is emanating some light, kind of dominating the space, but now the sound of rushing water is quite obvious. And give me a perception check as you peer in here. You definitely see the crystal, you definitely see the water.
Well, that's not great. What is my perception?
Elevation wise too, like just because of the way the map is, you do have to kind of like go down a little bit,
Oh, that's fine.
you know, in your climb. Yeah, it's not a problem for you. Yeah, and then you're staring in through a little cleft in the cave wall that water is just streaming out through into the hole.
There's. I was like, where is perception? 16.
16. All right. Yeah, with a 16, it's tricky. You do see that bright purple crystal. You do see the water flowing. You catch a little bit of like masoned stone, right? Not totally natural, all inside there. But with a 16, that's about the most you get at the moment. What I will give you as a bonus, though, because of something, again, I want to respect what you did last session. Do you recall when you did that? What is it that you read roots, right? And you found and you felt like the magic, right? As you peer into this, you do start to kind of feel magic and magical energy, the Mystile, that innate magical force of the world, right? Starts to become a little bit more palpable. You can see just like little streaks of like oil slicks in the air, just kind of like running along the surface of the water.
I think one of the things that also distracts Truk is seeing running water for the first time
Mhm.
in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think, unbeknownst to the rest of the group, Taruk has lowered himself to the point where the water is running over him and has like essentially been washing himself while looking through this little slit for the first time in like a long time, and like crawls along the wall back to the group and is like he's damp. Like I would say he's like damp. He's like, guys, so there's a hole with water coming out, and right, so the magic that I felt earlier, pretty sure it's that way at least. It would agree, because I saw glowing crystals and felt tingly, if that makes sense. Oh.
Crystal, you say?
How was the water?
Wet? I don't know how to describe water other than it's water.
You're supposed to say it was fine.
Was it fresh
Yeah,
water
fine.
or seawater?
I did not try it. I just washed myself with it.
She will sniff your
As
head
you-
and
as-
try to determine.
Yeah, it's a little salty. Taruk, you got a little taste as you're scrubbing around. Yeah.
That's fine. Better
Yeah.
than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Seawater
seems like seawater.
This
flowing.
is the sea.
Slightly salty. There's a salty tinge to it, an earthy, salty tinge to it.
Tastes
Okay.
like dirt
Hmm.
and salt. So, you tell me.
Sea. That's the sea. Not the dirt part.
Not the dirt part.
Not the dirt part.
Okay. From your angle here, Taruk, as well, you also do see that the path kind of peels off to the left, right? Kind of as, you can continue around the corner. The path does split here, right? As you guys kind of, I'm going to just pull your tokens up a little bit. Whoa, why did I only grab Cress? I wanted all of y'all. That. Okay. The path splits. There is a tunnel up here, right? Magnus says that that's the wrong direction. He is unfamiliar with the tunnel. He does report, this wasn't here last time it come through, and this water business, I don't recall it either, but we're looking ahead further south, so I advise we don't take this path. What are your perception ranks, guys? Who do we have for perception ranks amongst the party?
Farron is a master.
Master? Okay,
I believe I'm
Farron.
an expert.
Okay.
Oh wait, nope, I'm a master.
Okay.
Also master.
Also man. Train. Okay.
Noob.
Well, our three our three masters.
Climb like a motherfucker.
I can climb like nobody's business.
Yeah, true that.
The three masters, you all do catch a kind of sour, putrid smell coming from that spiky tunnel that Magnus is advising we don't go into.
There's certainly something rancid out that way.
Oh,
It
is that
looks
where that's
like-
coming from. I thought that was just the cave.
Cave's not great, but it's worse that way.
Looks like another tunnel, another Chul tunnel, perhaps more freshly dug.
Can I sense motive and see if that's true?
Sure.
Farron does have hunt prey on the Chul,
You still hunting Chul?
so I could roll to track and see if
Sure.
there would be
Sure.
stuff down there.
Sure.
It's a
Go ahead.
29.
29 on Magnus. He's honest. I mean, you get the sense that he is genuine about his suspicions of the space and not wanting to go down there. But with a 29, I'd say what you do read is his confidence in directing you through the caverns is a little rocked.
Sure.
Okay. Farron, what'd you get?
Survival to track Chul down that little area is 12 plus 2 plus 17.
14 plus 17
14 plus
is
17
31.
is 31, yeah.
Yeah, 31. With a 31 to track, it does seem like a more freshly dug Chul tunnel.
Okay.
You also, you've encountered Chul a couple times now, Farron, and certainly the scent, that you're getting from that tunnel does bear some semblance to the Chul, but in like such a higher concentration. With a 31, Farron, I'm just gonna tell you, this tunnel probably leads to a nest.
Yeah.
You would suspect that there's a Chul's nest down that tunnel.
Yeah, she will relay that.
On Jules' nest.
Just say.
Yeah, the whole place is pretty much a giant Chul's nest now.
We
All right.
should avoid that tunnel. Probably lots of Chul down there.
To the left, then.
All right,
Where
onward.
Magnus is directed.
I'm gonna go ahead. You guys can go ahead and move your tokens into this space here. Come on in. Go ahead. Come on right
Sure.
up here.
Oh,
Tree.
Oh.
Trees, crystals.
It's so
As
pretty.
you all enter the space, the chamber you enter is about 100 feet long, 75 feet wide. The walls about 30-ish feet high. And here the construction of the old world has held. This room has 4 crumbling stone walls with tall broken statues nestled within alcoves. This room is a testament to the construction abilities of those past. Finn, you recognize this architecture. Cress, you, I will say, also kind of maybe catch glimpses of it, but I know Finn is uniquely attuned to this. You guys enter in through a hole from the wall that is about 10 feet above the floor. As you hop in, on the far side of the room is the only true exit, right? As you guys kind of look out towards the bottom here. I don't know if your visions actually can quite catch.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Right,
moving
but
along
this
to-
room is, yeah, this room is a bit more well lit. So I don't know if it might be fucking up with your tokens lighting. But this room is fairly well lit.
I can see to hear.
You
Just
can
gonna
see to here. I'm just
put
gonna go
myself here
ahead.
first.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and move the player tokens down real quick. Yeah, go ahead and move yourselves in the middle so you guys can
So we
kind of
can
see what's
see.
up.
Where am I?
Yeah. Okay. The chamber on the far side is the only true exit. You can see that the water kind of picks up stream. There's some sort of decline over here where it kind of like flows downhill. The chamber is flooded as there are 2 large holes on the eastern wall, gushing torrents of water. The water beneath the stone is very slick. The room is never submerged more than about 2 feet. Right? In places where the water's escaping is that hole to the north, and then the large hole to the large doorway to the south. The room is illuminated by a soft, pale, pinkish purple light, emanating from massive, jagged crystals in the corner of the room, and a fully grown tree in the center. The tree resembles, in terms of species, something like a wisteria. Long trailing fronds dripping into the water below, and its petals twinkling with light. Cress, Finn, this strikes you immediately as just even without a check. There's a familiarity here. The last thing that you all... Go ahead, Finn.
Sorry.
What'd you say? No?
I think
What were you
he's
thinking?
just gonna say, looks like what we saw in Dwog.
Hero point to Finn. Good catch.
Oh, nicely done.
Tree world.
There's one more thing though. As you all enter the room, around the tree, right? I don't have it on the map because I couldn't find anything that would like perfectly capture it. But around the tree, kind of like at eye line, is a ring of light, a pale blue ring of light that casts light against the walls and reflects the water, such that the walls in this room, you know, when you see that reflection of water that kind of shimmering against a wall,
Mhm.
that's what you're seeing like on all the walls in here. And to this point, Cress, you said something earlier when you invoked your spell, your propulsive spell, you actually invoked the water. The water is more akin to the dream world.
Mhm.
That is a very familiar feeling. That is the same sense you get right now looking at this ring of light around the tree. It's only about maybe 5 inches wide, and it circles the tree in like a perfect circle.
This is touched by the dream. This tree of worlds in miniature.
What do you mean touched by the dream?
I mean that this light, it's special. It's not of the waking world. Not completely.
Rook,
Mhm.
the magic you felt earlier when you did your read roots, you got an image of a tree, kind of like almost like a Venus system. And as you look at this tree, that is, you know, you can see the shape of it now. This looks like the tree that you had kind of detected way back when. And again, too, the Misteel in this room is palpable. Like it is, the oil slicks in the air, right? You guys, there are moments where you see even like the oil slicks are so, they're so prominent, so concentrated that when you peer into them, you don't always see the other side of the room. You don't always see the other side of the slick. You almost see like a backwards reflection of your own head. You see yourself in kind of like funhouse mirror angles and stuff. The Misteel is very palpable, very active in this space. Magic, and just above table. Adam, I don't think you'd run into it yet, and I don't know if in UI if we've done too much of this yet. But we do have those Misteel surges, those Misteel floods. Above table, this area is a Misteel flood. So just a kind of quick recap rules on that. If you are casting a level spell, you have to make a flat check first. Depending on the result of your flat check, there will be a like a wild magic surge essentially. Your spell can still go off and everything, but another effect will happen, and these effects are fairly random. I have a table and all that shit for it.
Is there any exposed, like, because I know that it's like sitting in the water, but and there's the ring around it. Are there any roots outside of the ring that is like around the tree, or are they all kind of confined within the ring?
Yeah, as you go towards the tree, there is a like the tree kind of seems to this is kind of weird, but the roots almost seem to kind of dig into the stone base. The tree not quite like on a pedestal, but as you're kind of looking around, you do see that at least the tiling underneath the water does seem to be built with this tree's presence in mind, almost like a stage for the tree.
Taru kind of looks over at Nepeta and goes, so I'm going to try to connect with this if you want to join. Anybody, and turns to the group, actually open invitation. I'm going to try to see what I can learn from this. Cool?
Please do.
Nepeta, yeah, no, Gron kind of has a very perplexed look on his face. He's not going to join in, but Nepeta is. Where did Taruk go? Where's your token?
I'm literally like right. I got grabbed with the group. Give me a second.
No worries. Are you under Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There I am. It wouldn't let me grab
King.
it either, which was really funny because it kept like showing the box and just spinning my character. No.
Oh no. Church of breakdancing next to Finn.
Wow, this is so cool.
And I would say too, because the room is like 2 feet you do end up like sloshing water as you have to like move around this space. Tulka for Tulka, this is pretty much like greater difficult terrain. You know, a wolf like walking through 2 feet of water is a tricky business. Okay, Taruk, you settle in, and you said you wanted to connect to the tree.
Yes, I would like to use Read Roots, which is a cantrip. It's
Okay.
not a leveled spell.
Okay, that's true. That is a fucking cantrip.
I can't believe that's cantrip. That's awesome.
I know, it's a great cantrip. And I think, somehow Nepeta doesn't have this spell, but I really got to take a look at it. I got to take a look at the dang monster stat blocks. But yeah, Nepeta will assist you, give you a little bit of aid to the magic. That's a D12. I don't want to roll that. Yeah.
What do I need to
Nepeta's
roll?
able to give you a +1.
Oh.
I would say nature would be most appropriate. And then while you're doing that, if I could just have an idea of like where folks are at in the map. Magnus is going to be kind of like, I think, moving out this way. Gron staying fairly close to him. Hannah, you can move Tulka where you like.
You said I got a +1, right?
Sorry? +1,
I got a
yeah.
+1. Okay. Then that is a 23.
Okay. A 23. Taruk, give us the flavor here. And I would say Nepeta is going to try to Nepeta is essentially going to be mimicking your attempt, because again, she doesn't have the spell.
I think Taruk finds a place where one of the roots is, and goes to the stone nearby, finds like a crack, sticks his staff in there, and kind of puts his hand out above the root and has Nepeta put like their hand on top of his, and goes like, and essentially together he like puts his hand on there, so he connects, instead of having to like find the first pulse of the root, reading the root. I think there's a moment where instead he's directly in the heart of a root system, and you all see it's that pulse that kind of goes off in Taruk at times when he's using his magic, and it's almost, you watch as his fur and his body relaxes, as he almost becomes in sync with the oil slick in the air, and his body is mimicking the oil. When the oil slicks past him, a pulse goes through his body and back out, and it almost is becoming that attunement within nature and moving to the rhythm of the nature rather than his own rhythm, and like synchronizing into that.
Yeah. And as you kind of have that like sway and pulsing Nepeta following your lead and aiding the spell, mimicking your motions. Okay. Taruk, the mechanics of your spell first are you detect hidden creatures and then you detect magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the range on the detection again for me?
30 feet.
80 feet, you say. Oh, that's 50. 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah, I can detect undetected, and then I can immediately attempt to seek them, and I gain a +1 status bonus on like their exact locations.
Okay. We'll go mechanical first.
Yeah, and also if any creatures have passed through this area in the last hour.
Okay. With a 30-foot radius, Taruk, you do become aware of some creatures. We'll start there. The first ones over here, and kind of hiding within the alcoves, just kind of creepily in the corner of the alcoves, kind of hiding between like the nooks and crannies of the giant. Here, I'll get you an image of the creatures.
That's me in the corner.
That's... Come on. Let's see, can I put this here? Is it? Oh no, it went to the GM layer, you stupid thing. Yeah, there we go. So this is what you guys.
I thought it's not that big.
Well, it's not that big. No,
Okay.
we'll get to it here. In a...
Freak me out.
It's doing this in the room. I just like extend my senses out. It's right there, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me.
As your senses extend outwards, you become aware that your party are not the only entities in the room. Over in those corners, hidden within the broken alcoves, kind of clutched into the arms of these giantesque statues in the alcoves, are these inky black entities, bat-like wings, curled goat's horns, long trailing black fingers, skin that is like shadow black, as they are kind of creeping along the outside of the statues. You become aware of them
Spooky.
immediately. Your spell lets you, as you connect to the reed roots and you try to track the roots into the spell, you realize first, physically they don't go very deep. But what the spell does do is it pulls your mind almost beyond this plane. As you connect to this tree, the Tree of Worlds. Taruk, you find your mind flashing almost into the dream. You find yourself, you see just flashes of images. You see a submerged wisteria with the fronds kind of flowing in the sea. Ruins kind of on different branches, right? You see a glimpse of a world submerged, bubbles with reflective realities all held within. You see the world of the dream. And you sense that this tree is not merely a representation of the world tree. This is a branch of the world tree that is protruding into the material plane. This ring of the dream around it, bringing it and solidifying its presence. And then, Taruk, you hear a voice. You hear a voice speaking from within the branches of the tree, because a creature that was also undetected up until now becomes apparent to you. Up in the tree, you hear... Hang on, I'll just post it real quick here. One sec. I'm putting up the image of the creature.
Hello?
Hello.
What happened?
Wifey.
Up in the
She
branches,
Damn, girl.
Hey, girl.
kind of coiled, clinging to the branches, with fingers that are more like tentacles,
Oh, not again.
kind of wrapped around the different stems.
I
Alex's face
had
is
a
everything to me
nickel.
right now. Right?
Right.
If you had a nickel for every tentacle, even the hair is like tentacles.
As I've said before, it's always tentacles.
It's always tentacle.
As your magic reaches out, you guys see in Taruk's eyes that his mind is being transported to somewhere else. So all of you become immediately aware. And Taruk, I think maybe you're kind of hearing this voice almost as if echoing through underwater. You know when people try to speak to you underwater? If you ever did that as a kid, we're like, whoa, 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 right? And for everybody else, the voice is clear. The voice is oily, as it says, dreamers, true dreamers. So this is the waking world. No longer will I have to feast on scraps and shattered dreams.
Are you one of the Lang?
The creature kind of like inverts upside down, and almost like an owl's head, the flesh turns, and a too wide smile looks at you, Cress, and says, "No, I am a nightmare." And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh!
All right.
What a way to
As
discuss
this nightmare is like a monkey climbing its way down towards you. When we come back, we're going to be going into initiative, my friends.
Holy schmoly.
Oh,
thick.
okay.
So, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. So here we go. The Tree of Worlds bleeding through the dream into your world, guys.
so cool.
Seeming to be kept here within the ruins of Finn's ancestors.
I don't know, my dad.
We got my dad. We got. Is it your dad?
Mama?
Is this guy your dad? Are you sure?
Are you my dad?
Are you my dad?
Are you
But
my
if I
freaking
mean-
dad?
Please use one
Josh
action to
asked
ask that question.
Are you a dad? Is this dad?
Become Gorgug.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna be back in 10 minutes. This is a good time to go stretch your legs, get a drink of water, let your dogs out, and we will see you in 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Shh. Ew.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stealthy Elf Productions. We are here for the second half of our game tonight. This is Unearthed Inheritance Session 33. We are coming back to the Chul Caverns, part of the Black Reef labyrinth that the characters are making their way through. And within it, they have found what seems to be what Taruk has now discovered seems to be like a branch of the world tree that is now projecting out into the real world. And as part of that spell, Taruk also detected hidden creatures. Amongst those hidden creatures are these strange, oily, black, little winged entities kind of making their way across the statues, and then now hanging from the branch of the world tree is a very, very creepy dream entity who is looking pretty hungrily at the players, licking its lips. And easily, all of you feel the sense of threat emanating from this monster as it kind of coils back, ready to lurch forward. And we're going to come back with initiative.
No.
Taruk, given that you are in the midst of casting the spell, you can use your, I believe, nature is your spell casting modifier or your school? Arcana? You can use Arcana if you want for your initiative instead of perception. Everybody else can use perception. Quick notes about the map. Two things. Number one, Mystial Surge is in effect.
Mm-hmm.
So level spells, you're going to be making flat checks to see if you get a rider effect. Because you're in the surge, so are they. So are the monsters.
That's right.
And thing two, the water that's flooding the room at about 2 feet high is difficult terrain to everybody, meaning that... Oh, bye, Alec.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to hit the mute button. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
You good?
I'm so sorry.
Welcome back. So yeah, difficult terrain all around in the water. Okay. So movement is twice as much.
Is movement?
Okay.
It's the same as D&D, just half.
Yep, half. Greater difficult terrain would be a quarter. Based on sizes. Now you guys let me know if you want to roll with this. The rules do say that if a creature is a sufficient enough size, certain things that would be difficult terrain for one would not be for others. 2 feet of water for Finn as difficult terrain. Do you guys think that that's still difficult terrain for a man of Finn's stature?
No, that's like a puddle.
That's like I was thinking like that would be
Barely.
like
I'm not trying to do a bit, but I'm like, it's like a puddle.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
It's like
it would
it's about like
barely
knee
slow
height
him down.
for everybody. It's about ankle height for Finn,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's like a deep puddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for a creature like Tulka,
Yeah.
Oh, because doggy paddling.
so the thing is, Tulka, like if you see dogs like go making through like deeper water, they tend to hop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would almost say it's greater difficult terrain for Tulka.
I think that's fair.
It's
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. She's a
Greater difficult
medium-sized
terrain
creature,
means,
but yeah,
yeah,
she's.
but she's on 4 legs and
Yeah,
like lower to
I
the
think
ground.
that's fair.
You know. Okay. Greater difficult terrain means that Tulka's speed is quartered.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody's halved. Finn, due to your stature, you can stomp through this like a puddle. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let's get some initiatives. Let me just add my NPCs. I should have pre-rolled these guys already, but I wasn't thinking.
We were excited to get back.
We were excited to get back. Yeah. Let me go put Peta. Grog.
Hello, Petal.
Okay. Farron, does Tulka get her own turn? I can never remember.
We've just been doing it with her after my turn.
Or right after.
Works
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, it works for me. Who am I missing? I think I'm missing Finn in the turn order here.
Yeah.
Add Toyn. Okay. All right. So let me just see here because I did roll the creature, the animate dream.
A night
And-
gaunt, mate. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I rolled pretty shit. Night Gaunt, you
Yeah,
are
your dice are
wow.
pretty beautiful.
That was yeah. Okay. Let me just get a quick triplet initiatives. Magnus, roll the 2.
This is better than me.
Next after Madness.
Oh, no.
Gron rolled a 6, and
Dude.
Nepeta rolled a 5. 2, 6, and 5. Holy shit,
Man.
man.
It's part of my social security number.
Yeah, dude,
I'm not gonna tell you where in it, but it's in there.
I asked you not to read that out loud on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, David asked for our credit card information. I was supposed to
It was a
Our driver's
requirement
license
to play in
number.
this
It was
campaign.
weird.
It was
Forever.
really weird.
He said it's Stealthy Elf standard. If you don't give us this, then I'm sorry. You
Yep.
can't.
It's in the
You can't
contract.
play in the game.
It's in the contract,
It's
and we're
in the
not even
fine
getting
print,
paid.
guys.
You guys signed a contract?
And
I was just
then
told to do it, and I
we're-
was like, I guess.
It was more of a blood pact, but yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we do the blood
You got
ritual
it.
where you exchange your social security number.
Right.
David told me to
Right.
mail him
Dark
my
ritual,
blood.
of course.
We write it out with blood from our fingers.
Farron, speaking of the blood coming from your fingers, what did they roll on the dice for initiative?
It's not so good. She rolled a 6 plus a 19, which is 25.
Okay. Hey, you're going first so
Hey,
far.
looks like at the top.
Taruk, what do you got?
So I can see the future because I rolled a 33.
Oh. All right.
19,
Cressida?
14.
Guess
I
I'm
rolled a
not going
natural 1
first.
plus 16 for 17 total.
Okay.
Okay.
Not too
Okay.
bad.
Your rolls have not been hot tonight, huh? You
They
got a
have
2
been
for
pretty
something
bad.
and a 1. All right. Well, hopefully we're gonna get the swing back now. Finn, what'd you get?
I also rolled a 33, mate.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. The two of you, because it's 2 players at the top, you guys can decide who goes first.
You go, baby.
Taruk, take it.
You go, baby.
No, you saw it first. It makes sense. that
You go, baby. I need the second. Please take
Fine.
the lead on this one.
Fine.
Please go
fine,
first.
fine.
I'm
I just figured out how to move them in the initiative order, and now it's Finn's going first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Finn, you are up first. Now, you know where the animate dream is. You don't know about these other critters just yet. Those guys are still undetected to you.
Fucking sweet. Okay.
So you can, if you wanted to, like, roll a perception to see if anything else was around, that would be fine, like, to kind of search. I don't mind that. But as far as you're aware, it's only this strange, almost like sinewy, sloth-like posture entity hanging over the tree, looking at. Well, let me see who's closest to it. I guess Farron is the closest at the moment, looking at Farron like a snack.
Guys? Help.
Okay. Finn is going to. Yeah, I mean, I think.
All right. Before we jump in, just want to remind everybody: if you don't have your weapons, you will have to spend an action to draw weapons and shit like that, right?
Yep.
Not
He's
me.
gonna.
You out, right? Because of the
I have Hugh out because of the
treasure chest.
treasure chest. But I will take the action to get my shield.
Okay.
And then he grabs the shield. He'll immediately take the action to throw it at this thing.
Nice.
One fluid motion.
And then okay,
Draw shield.
that is
Some people pull out a pistol. Finn pulls out a shield. You just imagine. Draw. Bing.
That's a 34 to hit.
Oh shit.
my God.
Damn, you a monster, aren't you? Holy shit. Well, 34 is a crit.
Oh. Okay.
34 is a critical.
All right. Good to know. Good to know.
Critical hit.
Mhm.
Honestly, critically.
I mean,
successful.
the shield damage isn't crazy. It's 12 altogether.
Okay. 12
But-
damage. from the shield. Finn,
yeah.
one thing that you notice is that you put some good power behind that shield, and as it strikes into the creature, I'll just tell you, it doesn't appear to take the whole amount of damage.
Understood. Okay. I think Finn will do his tank thing then, and we'll use his last action to just kind of move as in between this thing and the group as possible. So I think he'll go right here.
Great.
That'll be it.
Okay, nicely done. And the shield comes back to you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Finn, you draw your shield, you throw it. As it hits the creature, there's a strange... the shield bounces back off the creature towards you. Again, you put some good power behind that shield, and yeah, it does seem to resist some of the damage. Taruk, I should have been saying, Taruk, you are on deck, or you're up with Farron on deck.
I think part of Taruk's consciousness is still in this like dream space where he is still understanding what it is, and it's that almost, as you said, like fishbowl-y underwater kind of echo, hearing everything that's happening. And I think it's, you all can see Taruk's eyes almost are still oil slicked over as he begins to move, and his head cocks to Farron and just points back at the two that are hidden. So he has like one hand pointed that way, his tail pointed the other. And he's just still, and he's moving without thinking. I take the action. You see, as the tail points, it hits his staff. He puts his foot on it. And can I climb on this tree? Is this a climbable tree? Or
it's totally a climbable tree. Just to kind of track though, right? So when you are revealing creatures that are undetected to your party members, that does cost an action.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll say one action for both of them.
Yeah. So he does the point, grabs his staff, and I think he climbs into the tree. Right over here near Finn, to kind of be like back up, and then can I use what is the action called? It's the one, is it investigate, where you study is that it?
Recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge. Can I try to recall knowledge anything I've ever heard on what this entity is? Because like
so it would be because of the type of creature that this thing is, it would be an occultism check, please.
Okay. Pretty decent stats.
Is it's got the dream trait. It's a dream creature.
A total of 20.
Total of 20. With a 20, unfortunately, you don't quite meet the DC for getting like any specific information about the creature. It is, so a 20 is a failure, unfortunately. But what you do as you kind of move forward, you do sense, I'll tell you immediately because I already kind of revealed that this creature is connected to the dream and it has the dream trait. This creature, and you are kind of like mentally in sort of limbo between the two spaces. You can tell that this creature is very much from the dream. This is a creature that crossed over somehow from the dream into the material world.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think Taruk is now in the tree, fully staffed up next to Finn, like ready to hold this thing back, because he also doesn't want it to go for like Nepeta in that sense, and trying to be like, okay, I can stop this thing from getting too big at us, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Nice. All right, Taruk, nicely done. Farron, you are up. You've had some monsters pointed out to you, and Taruk and Finn are squaring off against the animate dream. What you want to do, Farron?
So...
Thanks, Adam.
So I am first going to... I'm going to cast a spell. We're going to risk it for the biscuit.
Okay.
I am reaching for my bow, and it is gravity weapon on the bow.
Okay. All right. Give me a... So this is a D20 roll. It's a flat check to see if you incur a surge.
Okay.
Given the concentration that you are in right now, the DC is 10.
Okay.
So if you get below a 10, 50-50 shot whether you incur a surge right now.
It's a 10. You said get below a 10.
Yeah, well, 10 and lower. You got to get 1 through 10. So you do incur a surge. So let's see. With the surge, okay, with the current effect, I need you to roll a d20, and I'm also going to roll a d20 because the magic is so concentrated here. With the current, because we're in an actual flood at the moment. Actually, no, sorry, this is a crit failure. So you're good. You're good. You don't need to do this. Go ahead and what'd you get on your d20?
A 5.
A 5. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Let me just highlight this so I can read it clearly.
Guys, I regret this.
You guys watch as Farron, you reach for your bow, and as you're kind of starting to cast a gravity weapon to it, you all see the oil slicks begin to kind of swirl, leak, and kind of cover Farron's form. Farron, your head and arms turn in, your upper torso turns into that of a wolf. You gain a unarmed bonus to you gain a bonus to unarmed damage rolls equal to your spell level. What level was your spell?
1.
1, so you get a +1 to your unarmed damage rolls at the moment. And at the start of your turn, you can attempt a will save or become confused on a critical save. On a critical success, you choose to end the effect entirely. So, going at the start of your turn next turn, I'll have you roll a will save. If you fail, you're confused.
Okay. Can I
right?
still
If you
use
critically
my
succeed, you can choose to end the effect.
bow?
Yeah, you can.
My
your
upper
your
half
top,
is a wolf form?
yeah, your upper half. Yeah, it also says you gain a bonus to weapon and unarmed damage roll. So your bow is still a weapon. So you gain a +1 damage bonus to your bow at the moment, as the top half of Farron looks very similar to Tulka at the moment.
Okay. That
Yeah,
was
monstrous
cool.
transformation.
Could have been worse. All right. In my wolven form, I do draw the bow, which is now just a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier, with gravity weapon on it. And so that was one action. Second action is quick draw. So I'm going to draw and shoot at the nightmare.
Yep. All right. At the night gaunt, or sorry, the thing in the tree, or the guy on the wall?
Tulka, I mean, Taruk pointed out, right? This one over here.
Taruk pointed out, yeah, both of them.
All right, I will.
Between a hand and a tail.
I'll shoot for that one on the north.
Okay, go for it. I would say that one, because it's climbing on the statue, it's just outside Tulka's range. These statues are quite tall,
yeah.
And it's kind of hanging out in the crook of the arm, which is a good 10 feet above the ground.
Ooh, that might crit. It will crit.
That
19
might crit.
plus 17 is 36.
Yeah, 36 will crit.
Ah, okay. So
And that +1 will double as well. So don't forget that.
Okay. So this has a critical specialization effect. Can I try to pin it to the wall?
You certainly can with your
Sweet.
crit specialization effect, yeah.
I think it rolls something. I have to
I think I roll against it, yeah.
Crit.
Let me double.
specialization.
It's a longbow, right?
effects. It is.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, bow. Here we
Great.
go.
A critical hit adjacent to the surface, which it is. It gets stuck to that surface. The target is immobilized and must spend an action to attempt a DC 10 athletics to pull the missile free. Yeah, so it is.
can't
There's
move
no save. It
until
just
it's
has to.
succeeded.
It can't move.
Okay,
Correct.
so that one
So it has to
is
spend a whole action to unpin itself. That's pretty sick.
awesome. Okay, so that one's immobilized, and the damage will be D6 plus 2 times 2 and a D10. Okay. Oh,
DC.
freaking A. All right.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay. Well, that sucks. 1 on the die. +2 is 3, times 2 is 6. And 8 is 14 piercing damage.
14 piercing damage.
And it is immobilized.
And it is immobilized against the wall. Nicely done.
That was 1 action,
Okay.
2 action.
1 action, 2 action.
Third action, I will command Talka to attack.
Okay.
You said it's
This one's like 10 feet off the ground.
10 feet off the ground, right.
Actually, they're both kind of high up at the moment because this thing's also like on a branch.
That's okay.
Right.
Talka won't be of much good in this fight, which is fine. I will just loose another arrow at that thing since it's immobilized.
Sure. Immobilized. So yeah, you take the,
So we'll take the
-5. Mm-hmm.
Still gonna hit. 17 plus 17 minus 5. 34 minus 5.
I'm sorry. The
29.
damage on the first one was 14, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Okay, and what was the attack
The
roll on the second
second
one?
hit is a 29.
29 hits. 29 crits.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yeah, seriously, 29
Amazing.
crits.
Okay. That is better. 4 plus 2 is 6 times 2 is 12 plus 5. 17 more piercing.
Okay. And it's still stuck to the wall. Now it's stuck by 2 arrows to the wall. I think, guys, I think
And I
it's fair
forgot.
that it has to remove 2 arrows from the wall, right? So that's 1 action each arrow. Does that sound pretty right?
Hell
That
yeah.
seems.
I like that.
On your first weapon strike,
It's also bloodied.
you gain a
It's
status
also
bonus.
bloodied.
It's also bloodied. Okay.
Dude, I love that you threw in. Oh yeah. Also, it's like almost dead.
Status bonus and
Yeah.
damage.
Yay.
Okay, so hold on. There's a status bonus because of gravity weapon on the damage. It's just the first strike of the
okay.
round. So it will take an
Okay.
extra, let's see, twice the number of weapon damage dice. There are.
So it's a 1d6 is your damage. Was your weapon's damage dice?
Does the
That'll
deadly
double-
dice
that'll
count
crit.
too?
No.
No. Okay, so then it's just
Zero.
2 extra damage.
Okay.
And that
Nice
is
call.
my turn.
Okay, you guys watch as Farron reaches for her bow, and in the motion of grabbing the bow and pulling it back forward, there is like a Teen Wolf transformation sequence where
What
Farron's
in the hell?
arms elongate, a snout kind of starts to form, right? Ears, right? And Farron is now, you see a lupine Farron standing next to Tulka shooting arrows into this monster that Taruk has pointed out.
Oh my god.
I didn't know she could do that.
I don't think Farron knew she could do that. Okay, all right, nicely done. Gronicus is next.
Chronicus.
Gron, we are gonna do 1 action. We're gonna draw a weapon. We're gonna draw our bastard sword. Second action, we are going to. I think the other 2 actions might just be to move into range here. Why am I still? I'm still on this. Whatever. All right. So let's see. So 25 feet cut into half. We round down is 12 feet. So 10 feet. 10 feet is 1 movement. 20 feet is the second movement to get up next to you here, Finn.
Fuck.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got. I think we'll put a spot between you and Gron, kind of preparing to kind of do like a flank move, if needed.
Fair enough.
So we got draw weapons and then 2 actions to trudge forward through the water as Gron is trying to move forward. He's kind of kicking up splashes. You can tell it's a little bit difficult. And he also is going to kind of just continue, not kind of riding Taruk's call out, saying, watch out, there's another one to the south, kind of thing. All right. Captain Magnus is up, followed by Cress. So Magnus, we are going to use... first action, we're going to draw the cutlass. Second action, we are going to shout out We're going to use a no quarters. It's an auditory action. Captain is going to order shipmates to fight without mercy all allied creatures of equal level or lower within 20 feet. Gain a +1 status bonus to attack and damage. I believe... Okay, you know what? We might have to move forward first before we do that. So we're going to actually take one action. So draw the weapon and move forward.
Draw, move, yell.
Draw, move, yell. 20. You know what? We don't even really need to draw the weapon. The more important thing is to get the buff off. So we're going to use 2 actions. Move up behind Finn, and then use 1 action. Let's see, do we get Farron? No! Just miss Farron, unfortunately. Sorry, Farron.
Yeah.
But Magnus will use this action. So everybody except for Farron and Tulka, you guys all get a +1 bonus to attack and damage as Magnus calls out, trudging through the water and about to go back to back with you. Finn goes, "Look alive, you dogs! They're creatures from another world." Alrighty. Cressida, you are up. The dream's on deck.
Okay. Question. Since I cast a spell, would I already have my focus out, or do I need to draw it still?
You typically cast your spells through your focus, so I would say your focus is probably already out.
Cool. Sick. Excellent.
Sick, excellent.
Sick. Excellent.
No, maybe not.
Cress is going to they're going to take their first action, hearing that this is a nightmare, understanding that this is a limb of the world tree dwog from the dream. Their first action is going to be to enter a daydream trance, which is 1 action. The bluish cast behind their pupils extends to their entire sclera, just this glowing blue of an ocean vaster than this one in a dream that is endless. And they're going to gain a +2 status bonus to will saves +1 status bonus to will saves, but a +2 against mental effects. I don't know this creature. It doesn't matter. It's fine. So for the next minute, they have this bonus. Then they're going to draw their shield, because I don't cast spells with that. So they're going to draw their shield so that they have it in hand. And for their third action... I'm so slow. Okay, where do we... So if I have a 35... What?
35.
I'm trying to figure out how far I can move.
Oh, so half, 35 half to
would be
17. We
so
round
15.
down, so 15, 3 squares.
Okay. I don't want to group us all up yet. Fuck.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody is doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Just saying.
Everybody is doing it. How far can I throw? That's the real question. That'll...
Infinity.
Infinity. That's not true, sadly.
Oh.
Cress's range? Unending.
Endless. Like the dream.
Like the dream. If you dream it, you can achieve it.
Okay, this is 1 action. Frost Vial. And I can throw it. It's 30 feet. No, it's 20 feet. Can I throw it? Sorry, guys. It's been a second. Do you measure from... measure for myself for throwing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, measure from yourself. Yeah,
All right,
just out of range. Yeah.
Then the last action will be to move up. I don't want to get us into a perfect line,
Yeah, nice. I like a staggered line though.
Why not?
Because I've been here before.
We know how
I
this
played
shit
these
works.
games before.
Is there, David, is right here within 5 feet of Finn? I'm trying for it to
Yeah,
be.
you are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I just measured it. Yeah, it's 5 feet.
Big
within
ass is within
Perfect.
5 feet of everybody.
I just want to be able to. I want to. Okay, that's my turn. I'm sorry that took so fucking long.
Oh, you're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
That's a good turn. Okay. Let's see. Bad guy turn then.
Pussy.
Cress, you enter kind of like the dream trance, right? So now you're somewhat honestly a little bit kind of like Taruk here, right? Where you're now both kind of in this like in between space, right? Taruk, as your spell is fading, you just get like and these things are happening simultaneously. Yeah, you guys kind of like pass each other moving into the dream. As Taruk fades out, Cress fades in.
Mm-hmm. We high five
Right.
on the way.
Yeah, just
Pass the baton.
exactly.
It's what Super Sentai does whenever they change seasons. The 2 Red Rangers walk past each other, high five. And then they
Yeah! Hell yeah. Okay. And Cress, yeah, you now kind of like see into both worlds, just a little bit, right? As you kind of like bring yourself to focus. The animate dream turns its sights, seeing all of you like you said, cluster together. I mean, it sees all of you kind of in this line forming up around the tree. It cocks its head and it smacks its lips and says, the origin of the dreamers. Here I will feast. And it is going to use 2 actions to cast a spell. And Crest, you will be the center of the spell. Now, this spell does have the mental trait, so I believe you have a bonus against it, but it is a 5-foot burst, so that means it will also affect those creatures within 5 feet of you, which mean Gron and Finn. So,
Okay.
Gron and Finn.
Does the effect impose immobilized, paralyzed, or slowed?
The effect, hang on, and pull it up again.
I'm just asking because I might have a separate bonus as well.
No, you good. What were the lists again? Which ones?
Immobilized, paralyzed, and slowed.
Mobilized, paralyzed, and slowed. No,
Okay.
does not. Okay.
David?
All right. So, yep.
Question.
What's up, bud?
Does casting a spell count as an interact action?
It does count as an interact action, and also I just realized I have to roll on the table.
I was gonna call you on that, but you
Roll
got it.
on the table.
I am
Well,
gonna
okay.
use my reaction to make a reactive strike.
You can use a reaction to make a reactive strike.
We actually.
Yeah, because it's within.
Oh, it's
within
well
range.
within Hugh. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. With your
brother.
long giant limbs now. Yeah, it's.
My big old, giant, thick, long.
Let's
hunk of-
resolve.
Whoa.
So we have a few things happening
Fade
simultaneously.
to black.
Let's have.
Yo.
Ooh.
It's a 4-hour description
no.
of Finn's muscles.
Veiny, pulsating, thick. Ooh.
That's on the Patreon.
Somebody
folks.
cancel us.
Finn, we'll resolve you first, my man. Go ahead, give me your attack.
36 counted it myself.
36 to hit. 36 to
brother.
hit. 36 is going to hit, and it is going to crit.
So I'm gonna roll 2d12.
2d12.
Hop up on an occasion, brother.
Yeah.
That is 27 damage.
27 damage. And if I recall correctly, one sec here.
It's magical.
It is magical damage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The resistance still hits. I just was double checking here.
Yeah.
What runes do you have on you? Real quick. I just
Oh,
basically I just want to make sure you don't have
nothing.
ghost
I don't have
touch.
any. I don't know. I don't have any runes on Hugh. I have the returning rune on Helmsman's Recourse.
Okay.
but no,
That's okay,
no runes
just-
on queue right now.
Okay. You know, when I said it resisted the damage, I just realized it's technically due to its like almost like incorporeal form. So when you threw it, it bounces off parts of it, bounces off parts of the tree. As the creature is partially incorporeal.
Sure.
What was
Makes
the total
sense.
damage again? 27?
27. Yeah.
27? Okay. So with resistance applied. Okay. It curses in dream.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Damn it!
Okay, and then I did roll a 4 on my flat check, so we do have a magical surge. Let's see.
We surgeon.
We surgeon. Okay.
Lord have
Surgeon
mercy,
General.
I'm about to surge.
Hannah, we had the same thought. I said, call,
Okay.
call the doctor because we're surgeons.
Someone call the doctor because we're surgeon. Okay.
You just call a surgeon.
The creature, as it casts a spell, it causes a tremor.
Oh.
So everybody within a 40-foot emanation of it, which is everybody,
Everybody.
I need you all to make fortitude saves.
Fort.
I am
Fortitude
up in the
save.
tree. Does that
Natural
affect
20.
You are
Yeah.
fine.
Let's go.
Yeah, you are up in the tree. You don't have to make it. Yeah,
anything? Okay,
good call.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, everybody that's on the ground. Natural 20, you're good. The earth shakes, but you just rock with it. You lean with it and rock.
The daydream trance, Cress is just kind of.
Oh, yeah, just kind of flowing with it. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that so much. That's sick. That's sick. 1.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
Finn, you are prone.
Ah!
Farrah got a
Make it
17.
strike. 17 is table. Did you didn't happen to give me the DC of this, did you? It just says fort save. David, did you not write a DC? I'm gonna call it the DC of the
Let's call it.
spell.
Let's call it
You said,
16.
too.
Let's call the DC
No,
16.
I'm gonna use the DC is gonna be the creature spell that's casting. What did you said you got a
I
17?
got a 17.
Okay, that is a regular failure. So you are. It would just be immediately succeeded at a fort save or fall. Yeah, it's a dichotomy save. So even with a crit fail or anything, you're also prone.
prone.
Farron.
Prone.
You're prone. Prone. I got NPCs to make
You guys
saves
get to
for.
lay in that sweet, sweet water.
Yeah, I'm just taking a little bath. Just splash.
Salty.
Magnus is prone.
Just drowning in a 2-inch puddle.
Nepeta is prone.
That's what Alec threatens at any minor inconvenience. Is that he's gonna go find a puddle.
That's what I'm dying. I'm gonna go find a puddle.
And splashing. Okay. All right. So those are all the
back
folks
to
that are
that
prone.
rainy day in Cedarburg often.
Okay, I do need will saves still from Gron, Finn, and
Oh,
Chris.
sorry.
Okay.
No, you good. We just resolved
Oh.
that shit first.
Jesus.
Gron.
Okay.
Okay.
18 for me.
I got a 17 on the dice, and then +2 is 19, and then a will save is +16.
Okay, so that's a lot of numbers.
Yes.
19 plus 16 is 35?
35.
35 is a
Yes.
crit success. You are unaffected.
Woo!
You are unaffected. Gron, you rolled
Swinging through
a
life.
16 on the dice. Plus, this is Gron is also unaffected. And what did you get again?
Huh? Me?
Finn. No, Finn. What did you get for your will save?
16.
16 is a critical failure.
Shit.
Finn, you fall unconscious underwater, so you are going to drown.
Oh, God.
We did it.
You rest assured, don't worry, Finn. The creature casts a sleep spell.
Oh, no.
It emanates out in a 5-foot burst. Finn with a critical failure. You're unconscious for. Let's see. You are unconscious for 1 minute on a crit fail. You fall prone. You release whatever you're holding as well. So as you're already prone, you're gonna let go of your
Oh my
weapon. So
god.
It's like a whole
Normally-
turn
a
for you.
returning wound.
So
Helm's
normally while
just
you're
falls
sleeping-
up, shoots right back.
Oh no! Yeah, you just keep bouncing back and forth between your hand and the floor.
I was gonna say there's the video game glitch moment happening where the thing like
Yeah.
rattles on the ground, snaps back to your hand, rattles
Yeah.
on the ground, snaps back to your hand.
Oh,
Trying
man.
desperately to be held.
Okay. So
It's
I'm
like a
quite
Roomba.
literally
It
drowning in a
looks like it's
fucking.
glitching in real
I
life.
shouldn't have said anything.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So Finn, unfortunately, your deepest fears do come true. Finn falls asleep
Yikes.
underwater. That's unfortunate.
No.
Under-
Okay.
Fuck me.
You try to inhale, but now you just and so normally, if you had just regulars failed, you would get the chance to make a check against the impediment here, but because it's a crit fail, you are sleeping through this shit. So
Good night. Sweet dreams.
I had a water
Does
breathing
slapping
thing
him
for
awake
so
work?
yeah, you can attempt. Yeah, you could. So you can spend an action on your turn to interact with him and try to wake him.
All
Absolutely.
right, I
Okay.
apologize in
let's-
advance.
No, you're good. Oh, you're not apologizing to me. I guess I just realized.
Why the
No to
fuck
Alec.
would they be apologizing to you?
I don't know. I thought it was like. All right. So two actions to try to cast the sleep spell. It fails, and then what we're gonna do? It's going to spend its last action to fly for its movement speed. The tree is about 20 feet tall. It's going to go to the top of the tree. It's going to fly to the top of the tree. So it is 20 feet above all of you. Taruk, you're about halfway there at about 10 feet down. Yeah. So it's going to fly up. It's going to fly up to the top, like as far as up as it can fly. So 30 feet. So we'll say it's like the tree's 20 feet tall, so it's 10 feet above the tree. Taruk, if you get to the top of the tree, you are just able to swing at it because you would be within that 5-foot square if you imagine like on a z-axis.
Gotcha.
Okay, but you'd have to get to the top of the tree on your turn. All right, that's the Animate Dream's turn. It attempted a sleep spell. It was partially successful, and on failing against two people, it's actually more effective on the one person than it realized, as Finn is drowning. Let me just pull up the rules of suffocation real quick.
That's a crazy statement, David. You can't say that was the casualest way to say that. That was crazy, Dave. Let me just casually look up the rules of
This is,
suffocation.
What's
What's the
that's how you
rules
suffocate.
behind suffocation? How's that work?
I know there's rules here.
So, normally, you can hold your breath a number of rounds equal to 5 plus your con modifier, and then you would reduce your remaining air by 1 at the end of each round of your turns, 2 if you are attacked or cast a spell that turn, and you also lose 1 round of air each time you critically hit or critically fail. You are not holding your breath, so when you run out of air, you fall unconscious and start suffocating. You're already unconscious and you're now suffocating, so you can't recover from being unconscious and must attempt a DC 20 fortitude save at the end of each of your turns. On a failure, you take 1d10 damage. On a critical failure, you die. What the fuck? Wait, hang on. You can't recover from being unconscious and you must attempt a DC 22 fort save at the end of each of your turns. On a failure, you take 1d10 damage. On a critical failure, you die. That's it? Okay, so Finn, I'm gonna give you...
It's not funny anymore.
Can I? Before
You can
this
still-
happens,
Yeah.
because
Crest,
he just
have a
fell
round.
right during
Yeah,
this
he
turn.
just fell. Yeah, so
Can
we
I
have a
grab a
round.
ledge to try and keep his head from going under?
No, but you can still use an action on your turn to try to wake him.
Okay.
But it
You can
said
still use your
he
action on your
can't
turn to
be
try to-
recovered from being unconscious.
Until he's not
Until he's not suffocating. So if you get him out of the water, if you can get his head out of the water,
Oh, I see.
I'll give
I
you
see.
1 round to get him out
The
of the
joke's
water
not funny
in order to
anymore.
wake him
Oh
up.
my god.
Okay? Now, Finn's a big guy. Okay. Alright,
Got
this,
it.
oh, guys, this just got real. Okay.
I've become a party-wide inconvenience.
Oh my
Finn,
lord.
Yikes.
No, you've become a
I
party-wide
didn't think I'd get
priority.
others. I didn't think putting people on to sleep
Same.
underwater would be so bad. Okay, Nepeta's up.
What do you mean?
Wait a minute. No, stop. What do you mean I didn't
Nepeta's
think
up.
putting people to sleep
Nepeta's
under the
up.
water wasn't going to be that big of a deal?
I never. Hey.
Didn't think that one through.
Yeah, no, didn't consider that. Okay, Nepeta's gonna spend one action to stand. First action, we're gonna get up because she's prone. Second action, Nepeta is going to. Hang on. I'm gonna plan spelling. Discretion. Nepeta is going to cast Entangling Flora. Make it no, because these guys can fly. You little shits. All right, Nepeta is going to cast Tanglevine, 2 actions on the one that you already have pinned down here, and see if we can't just permanently immobilize it. Because it's partially immobilized, well, it's already immobilized by you, Farron. She's going to try and like really pin it down right now with this Tanglevine. Okay. Sorry, just reading rules. Don't mind me. It's hard to read and talk. Okay. Tanglevine emerges, and the little hands kind of twine up and start to kind of, again, grip this creature down. Because Nepeta, unfortunately, you don't have any range attacks. That kind of sucks. You don't got a lot of great stuff here. So, on its turn, the creature's going to try to escape. All right, it is. So, 1 action to stand, 2 actions to cast Tanglevine. Nepeta is standing again. Okay. Oh, hang on. Tanglevine, are you a cantrip? You are a cantrip. Tanglevine is a cantrip. Okay. All right, Nightgaunt's turn. We'll start with this one. It is going to spend 2 actions to. Well, first it has to save against Nepeta. Cocked. Failure. So it's good. And then it's going to spend 2 actions to unpin itself. Nightgaunt, do you have a range attack of some sort? You don't. Okay. This one is just pinned and bloodied against the wall, and it's just trying to pull itself out of Tanglevines. This one over here, it's going to fly, and it's going to fly its full movement. And I'm going to go straight past Maggie. And we're going to get down to here. We're going to go for Cress. It's going to fly up to you, Cress. And then it is going... So 1 action to fly over. It's going to try to It's going to try to claw at you. Is it 28 to hit you?
Regular hit.
Regular hit.
Regular.
It's going to be 11 damage to you.
Okay. 1 sec.
And then...
Please open. I'm trying to mark. Okay, 1 sec. Sorry.
I believe in you.
There we go. What
What's
kind of
its
damage
last
was
action?
it? Sorry.
That is slashing.
Okay.
And then with its last action, it's going to take another attack at you with the map.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit you, which I met it last time, so I don't think
No.
that's going to hit you. Okay.
Missed.
And this last attack was with its tail. You can see that its tail, though, it has a little barb at the end. The attack, while it like struck out at you, it wasn't a very violent attack. It seemed more like it was trying to tickle you with its tail.
Ew. Hate that.
What on earth? Get out of my face.
No
These-
tickling.
these
That's
night
true.
gone.
It's kind of like in the dream state, there's like almost a
Yeah.
serenity, like a
Yeah.
weird chill.
Yeah. It's like the tail is like poking and prodding at your ribs, right? But there's you're you're at another level right now. You're beyond the physical. Okay. Let's see then. That's those two. And then the third one that was just outside the range of Taruk's spell.
I knew it.
There's a third one over here.
Son bitch.
It is going to fly. If I do 2, I can move above this. I can move above Gron and try to get my flank. All right, it's layered with Gron. It's just flying above Gron, and it's going to go ahead and try to take a strike at Cressida.
Does it get flank if it's not on the same level? I thought that we have to like.
Yeah, it has to kind of be like
'Cause
in the
we've been
same
doing-
square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to kind of like pass through the center. It's tricky.
Because I know we haven't gotten flank when we've been on different levels.
Okay. Have you guys not? Because
With the Nepeta fight.
We have not.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, it's just going to take an attack at you. It's going to go ahead, and yeah, it's going to take a claw. Hang on. Let me just take a look. See. Yeah, I think seeing that its friend tried to tickle you, it's going to fly up and try to tickle you. Ooh, that's pretty good though.
Not a tick.
That's 30 to try to tickle you.
Regular success.
Okay,
Regular
I
hit.
need you. Yeah, regular hit. So I need you to make a Fortitude save. There's no damage, so now you get a Fort save, please.
Fortitude 17 plus 14 is a number.
31.
31.
31 is a critical success. You are not only are you unaffected, you are also temporarily immune to tickling for 1 minute.
Ooh. I hate the tickling stuff, though, I have to say.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hate it.
Tentacles
Hate
and
it.
tickling.
Ugh.
Session title.
Tickling
No.
with tentacles.
TNT
Tickling
instead of
tentacles.
DNT.
TNT.
Tentacle tickling.
These night gaunts are kind of weird. The tickling though, like if it goes off, it's a pretty crazy status effect, like what it does.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good. Great.
With that failure, and now you're immune to it, it's just gonna go ahead and slash and try to attack you with its claws, taking the nap.
right.
That's gonna be good. It needs to roll pretty well to hit you at this point. So yeah, it misses you on the third strike, on the third action with the claws. Okay, Finn.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in a way you can understand.
Correct.
Blub, 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 blub.
Got it.
Jeez.
Question, can an unconscious player delay their turn?
Yeah, I would allow an unconscious player to delay your turn, like because that's happening like above table, right? The strategizing, just
Just saying, then you wouldn't have to make the check, and then
Yeah.
Taruk can get you right away.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that makes sense, but sure.
Delay
It would
baby.
permanently change the turn order, so just.
But you
remember
both
that.
rolled 33s,
We both
so
rolled
you're
33s, so we would be going in the same
True.
second anyway.
True.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll delay turn.
And yeah, and because the late turn is also a free action, I'll double check the rules later tonight, but I don't think there's anything against you. Like this is like again player at a
meta.
player level,
Yeah.
at a meta level.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I say.
So
Delay.
you want to delay Taruk, delay till after Taruk. Or, well, actually, once it's delayed, you can just jump in whenever. It's free, so you just tell me when you want to jump back in. But you'll delay Taruk. You're up.
Okay. Taruk, I think like coming fully out of the dream and like, I imagine it's almost like, when you bring your head out of water, where it is that like, all the sound, noise, everything floods back in an instant, and I think you'll see the light snap back into Taruk's eyes as he sees Finn's head hit the water. He just straight like pulls his body together, one action to move, and he's just gonna drop down. And I have a pretty useful skill in this moment. I was pretty happy that I took it, called Titan Wrestler.
Yeah.
I can attempt to grapple, disarm, all the different movement things. A creature 2 sizes larger than me. So I am going to attempt to essentially just like pick and flip Finn over so that he is not in any
Face
danger
down.
of
This is the
drowning or
coolest
face
use of Titan Wrestler I've ever seen.
Yeah,
down.
that's amazing.
I'm just gonna reset my camera real quick. It'll take like
You're
a blip.
blurry.
Blurry boy.
Oh no,
Yay!
you're
There it
back.
Do I have to roll anything for
Yeah,
that?
give me an
Just roll
athletics check. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
just call it athletics. I'll double check here.
That's what it's. I think that's what. That's what it says.
Okay, cool. Yeah, training athletics. Yeah.
Okay, so that is a.
I'll basically count this as like a reposition almost.
Mm-hmm.
So that is gonna be a 32.
32. Let's see. I just want to take a look at something. You guys are level 8 right now?
Yeah.
32 is a regular success.
Get
So
that
with a
bullet's
regular
head out,
success-
Grimalda.
Yeah, you can also you can also move him up to 5 feet with a regular success. You must stay within your reach during this movement, so you can move him up to 5 feet if you want as well. You flip him
Can
over for
I-
sure, but if you want to move him forward or back or
Can
whatever,
I like?
you can.
Can I pick Finn? I think like you see Taruk like move. He drops down, and his arm and tail just scoop under Finn, and it's just fully like on the shoulder is unconscious Finn. He takes a step forward and puts him so that he's propped like sitting up at the tree, like so his back is against like the base of the tree right there. Because isn't that within like? Isn't it like right?
Yeah, it's fairly close. So I would say like you just move him up like
Yeah, I
that.
think he just he just kind of props him up so there's no like danger of him like rolling back over into the water, so that he's just up. And then with that I'll go 25 back up into the tree again
Okay.
to go after Tentacle.
After Tentacle Mom. Okay.
Tentacle.
Yeah, reposition was one action, and then move up is one action, so you still have a third action because
I
you
moved
can get.
down and then move.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
So that was all.
Good call. Good call. Good tracking.
Yep.
All right. Nicely done. Okay. All right. Farron, you are up, and again, Finn, you can jump in whenever, but I'm imagining if you're going to wait for your friends to try to wake you up or something first.
I think just narratively, since we didn't do the save, I think Finn will round out initiative. He'll be at the bottom.
Be at the bottom? Okay. I'll
Yep.
go ahead and put you down here after Night Gaunt. Okay.
Okay.
All
It's almost
right.
like you didn't move an initiative.
Yeah, honestly.
And you just
Yeah.
went to the bottom. So
It's a
that's
circle.
just-
Started at the bottom.
Now we're here.
There you go.
So,
All right, Farron, you up. Wolf
Farron
Farron.
has fallen
Feral
prone.
Farron. Mm-hmm.
So she's on her booty in the water, and I think she's going to recognize that she was hit by something that this nightmare did and shift her gaze up to the nightmare. And I am going to use another level 8 thing. Hunter's
Right.
Luck. I have Monster Hunter's Luck. So
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to recall knowledge, and I get to roll twice and take the better result.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Ain't that
looking
nifty.
I'm looking for weaknesses, I think, with this.
Okay.
Vulnerabilities, whatever. It's a 1 and a 17. I think I'll take the 17. Plus
Don't want to tell you how to play your character, but I would take the 17.
Bad choice, dude. Bad.
plus nature for this?
Occultism.
Occultism.
Yeah, when it comes to creatures of the dream, that's
Okay, you got
the
it.
thing.
It is a total of 28.
28 is a regular success, and you wanted to know weaknesses?
Mm-hmm.
It has no weaknesses.
David, I swear to God, every time I recall knowledge and I ask for weaknesses,
You always ask for weaknesses. I know.
he doesn't have any.
I'm so sorry. Alec just rage quit.
I'm about to.
Alec heard it doesn't have range weaknesses, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
Okay, no
yeah,
weaknesses.
It has no weaknesses.
Okay,
It has
okay.
no weaknesses.
Then,
I tell you, it seems to have resistances.
yeah, I'm sure it does. My second action will be Okay, so I have fallen over, and something fell out of my pocket next to me, and I look in the water, and I pick it up, and it's the ball of twine that Chimney gave me. I'm going to use my second action to stand up, and my third action to throw the ball of twine.
Okay, hang on. One action was the hunter's thing to redo your recall knowledge, right? You would. I know. I like the flavor of finding the ball of twine on the floor, but it would still need to be an interact action. To
then I think
it,
I can do this from prone. I can just
you can throw
it
from prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some kind of penalty, but
I'll tell you now.
I can skip the stand-up part.
Yeah, prone is a condition. Prone, you are off guard with a -2 penalty to attack rolls. So there is a penalty to attack rolls, which will be what you're doing here.
I'm gonna try it anyway.
Okay.
So I'm still prone, but I am interacting to pick up the ball of twine, and third action is to throw it. So I believe it's an athletics check with a +9. Pull it up again. Twisting twine, lesser twisting twine. You toss the ball of twine into a square within 20 feet. Is she 20 feet from me, first of all?
She's higher than that. Yeah, she's above 20 feet. Sorry. So maybe don't draw the ball of twine, so you still have 2 actions. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. I'll hold on to that for a later date. I will stand up and shoot at. Let's just try to finish the one on the wall that I've pinned.
Wall there? Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, natural 20. Natural 20.
All right. That's a crit. Alex back.
Oh, fuck. Almost spilled my burr. Okay. Woo. It's extra pinned to the wall.
Extra pinned to the wall. Got it.
It's just 1, but I rolled back. So 6 + 2 is 8 times 2 is 16 + 5 is 21.
That's the damage?
That is the damage. Oh, 22 with gravity weapon.
22 with gravity weapon. All right. Farron, how would you like to do it?
Okay. It's pinned to the wall. It's got all these vines creeping around it, really securing it. And she is just like, let's finish this. And looses an arrow straight through its skull. And it's just like oozing dead, pinned to the stone wall.
Oh, nice. Yeah. As described. It's just hanging there by the arrow on through its head. Nasty work, Farron. All right, 1 down. All right, so it was 1 action to do the thing on the dream, 1 action to stand up, 1 action to shoot. Anything? Oh, I guess that's everything.
That's it. With Talca, I think I'll just have, because she can stride without being commanded. I think she's going to take her quarter movement to get closer to Finn, because she loves Finn, and seeing that Finn is downsies, she wants to be closer.
Sleeping on the tree. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
so she's just over there checking on Finn.
Okay. All right. Gron is up. Gron is going to... he has his sword out. First thing we're going to do is attack the thing above Cress. He's going to basically try to turn this thing into a piñata.
A shadow came over him and he was like, my problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Hacha! You guys ever watch the Super Smash Brothers Link, his up A in the air, where he kind of like jumps and points his sword up? Yeah, well, someone posted in chat for us, but that's totally what Gron's going for right now. Okay, Bastard Sword, that will hit these guys. Gron has to try pretty hard not to hit these guys. Okay, sorry guys, just got to do quick damage rolls.
Do it up.
You're good. You're good.
All right, Gron leaves this one just about bloodied for you, Cress. That's
Oh,
one action to attack. Second action, we are going to... Well, it was so nice, we'll do it twice. That's a natural 20. Nice job, Gron.
nice job, Grun.
All
Nice job,
right.
Gron.
Roll these. Yeah, good job, Gron. All right, Gron does manage to take this one down at least. Click. He jumps into the air, stabs into its gut. As he pulls back down, the creature kind of still on the edge of his blade. He quickly pulls the blade back while the creature's kind of writhing on the floor. He does a spin, a twirl, leaving kind of like a fan of water as he decapitates it.
God damn.
Nice.
Zing. And last action, hang on, let me just do percent to the back. Oh no, why does no, Grom, don't have the X on you. Third action,
Shake Finn.
hang on, I'm gonna have well, if you guys are cool with it, Gron, as he kills this creature, I think would notice something. So I'm gonna have Gron do something instead of going to help Finn at the moment. If you guys are okay with that.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa, come back, dice. Yes, there we go. Okay, Gron got a 19 on that check just now. Gron is looking around as he kills this thing, and the Misteel is kind of surging around him. He is going to turn to you, Cress, and he looks at the crystals and he says, "Cress,
Yeah.
these crystals are elder glass.
What's that?
They're trying. It's condensed form of the Misteel. I think it's the Misteel trying to close this portal to the dream world." And that's going to be Gron's turn. He's going to use a recall knowledge with a critical success. Gets that sorry, not elder glass. This is dragon glass. Sorry, elder glass is something else entirely. My bad. This is dragon glass. He says he calls out. He says, "This is dragon glass. These crystals are dragon glass, and they are trying to close the portal to the dream world." That's what he says. Okay.
Do we know?
Magnus is up.
Does that
Magnus is
mean
going to spend one turn to stand to his feet.
Does that mean the tree would, if just trying above table for a second here, if that means that if those are trying to seal the portal to the dream world, would the tree like disappear and like anything on the tree? I'm like I'm wondering if we could potentially send her back to the dream world and like seal her back there without having to kill her.
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay. If it's not something that we know from
Seems
Gron's
possible,
check,
but I
then-
don't know it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magnus is going to, with his turn, so stands up with one action, move this way, move down with the second action. And he is going to try to, with his third action, grab the monster.
Getting handsy.
Natural 1 for Magnus. Unfortunately, with a natural 1, I believe the monster gets a chance to grab him.
No.
His flesh
With a crit
warpiness
fail.
is just warping in the wrong way, the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly. Magnus, no. Let me just see here. Skill actions, grapple, critical failure. If you already have the creature restrained, it breaks free. Your target can either grab you, as if it succeeded on it. Yeah, it's going to go ahead and grab Magnus. It's going to try to tickle Magnus.
Ew.
It grabs Magnus, and as Magnus reaches out to grab, the creature kind of twists in the air, turns back around, and now is kind of crawling along Magnus's arms. Its tail twines around his limbs, kind of squeezing him tightly, and the barb kind of pulls up in front of his face and wiggles menacingly
Ew. Why?
Hate
as it
that.
prepares to tickle Magnus. Okay, Cress, you are
All
up
right.
with the dream on deck. And Finn's still asleep down there. But now so Magnus is grappled behind you, one creature dead. Yeah.
So, looking at the unconscious condition, it looks like if someone nudges or shakes you awake using an interact action, you wake up.
Correct.
So, first action, I'm gonna interact with Finn. Wake
How do you-
up, big guy. Sun's getting real low. No,
The sun's not moving anymore.
the sun's gone. Hey, wake
5
up.
more minutes.
You got work to do. No, you get up now. I feel like the interact action, if I may, just flavorfully, is Crest plucking off one of the tokens on their jacket, a little acorn, and like popping it off. Finn's
Hell yeah.
head.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The other thing too, I just want to say, Finn is unconscious or like asleep, right? And he's also leaning against the tree. Cress is in a dream state, like in a dream trance. I almost feel like there's Cress, you can almost see like Finn, maybe Finn as you're now in sort of a fairly deep sleep, you're no longer suffocating. Maybe you are starting to dream. Maybe Cress starts to see a bit of Finn's dream kind of forming, that space kind of forming out from his mind almost. Right? I feel. Yeah?
If I may, then.
Please.
Finn, what do you start dreaming about?
Great question. Shit. I wasn't ready for a pop quiz.
Is it inappropriate? You can be honest.
No, it's not inappropriate. I do think it's been around, right? So he's just hitting that point of like deep enough sleep for a dream to begin. I think what Crest sees as they approach is a very familiar dock. The day that Finn and Cress met. And he's looking down, and it's Finn looking at Cress, smiling. That's what they see right as it forms.
Cress looks at you, looking at a different version of them, one from a few weeks ago. And in the trance, there's a soft smile, sort of waving back and forth. You are on this dock, and then you're on a limb of the tree of the world tree, the tree within the dream, Dwog. You are on the dock, then on the branch, then on the dock again. And as you start fading into this dream, Cress, looking up at you, splashes the water kind of playfully, and then you're on the branch again, and they've plucked up one of the tiny bubbles within which holds an entire world of possibilities. And then there's a second Cress, the one looking at you, and though it's an acorn in the real world, the Cress in the dream is holding that bubble of possibility and says, "Wake up!" And as they throw the acorn at you and it hits you in the head, the bubble in the dream bursts, and you see in an instant all of the possibilities of whatever this one world happens to be.
Yeah.
Just in a golden rush of light and an eternity, a beginning through an end of a world, and then you are up.
Finn, you are awake.
All
right, nicely done, Chris.
Thank you.
I think 2 actions left, right? 1 action to wake up Finn.
2 actions left.
2 actions
Gonna
left
turn
to rule the world.
Crest looks behind them. What do I have?
The Night Gaunt threatening to tickle Magnus.
Yeah, this
Magnus,
weird
"Don't
tickle
do
guy.
that."
Crest
No.
takes umbrage with this. Let him fucking go. And they're gonna cast Spout underneath it.
Oh,
I need a reflex saving throw.
oh, hell yeah. Cocked. Natural 2.
Ooh.
And what's your DC, Cress?
26.
Critical failure with the reflex.
Is that a level?
Excellent. It's
Level
gonna
spell?
take
Oh,
double
yeah, is that a
of
level spell?
13.
Oh,
No, it's a cantrip.
holy shit!
Okay.
That's awesome.
Hey, Adam,
Uh,
you're on top of the rules today, bud.
You're
Tell
on
you-
top of it.
You're on top of it. Session's about to end here, Adam, but take a hero point for next session.
Yeah. So double of 13, so 26. What kind of damage are you? It probably doesn't matter. It probably resists it.
Bludgeoning or something, I think.
Yeah, it's bludgeoning. But 26 bludgeoning.
26 bludgeoning. 26 bludgeoning seems to all go through. These guys at least don't
Ooh.
have much. Does it move him as well?
Does it move him? What
I'm
an
trying to remember
excellent
his
question,
spout.
David. I forget.
I know there's one that moves him as well.
I closed it. I don't.
I got it.
It's disoriented, becoming off
What?
guard until the end of my next turn.
Okay, nice.
Off guard.
Okay, then yeah. So yeah, it is. And damage was 26, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Bloodied.
Bloodied. That is my
It's
turn.
bloodied. Okay, nicely done. Finn is awoken. Cress begins to try to free Magnus as the water kind of spouts up underneath this creature. Magnus is looking at the tail, growling back at the creature as it's wordlessly staring at him without eyes, right? Like trying to get closer and closer, and then all of a sudden just. All right, sick. Okay, it's Animate Dream's turn. All right, Finn, just keep in mind, you're awake again, and you had delayed your turn if you want to hop in at any point. But if you're not gonna, then the dream will take its turn.
I'll let it go.
Okay. The dream is going to see this event transpire between Cress and Finn. And you guys all hear as it smacks its lips and says, "Ah, a remnant of a dream. Delicious." And it is going to use one action to... Do I want to get closer to Finn? I don't really want to get closer to Finn, but I feel like it's hungry and it loves dreams, and you just shattered a dream in front of it, and it's thinking that looks delicious. And this creature is going to spend one action to fly down.
Reactive strike to shield bash.
Okay, that's, yeah. Because it gets within range, and it does have to move closer
Yep.
than your range to actually, yeah, because it's going to like move into squares, yeah. So Finn,
Natural
you're on
20.
natural 20. Well, that's going to crit, yeah. Shield bash is it's like flying. It's like flying and like twisting its way between the branches. Its kind of sinuous form making its way, almost serpent-like in the way it slithers through the branches towards you, Finn. Whoa, hang on. You dropped your shield.
It's got.
I know the
returning
Roomba.
rune.
Hang on, let me take a look. I know we joked about it, like trying to come back to you. One sec. Returning rune. And where is the rune? Return.
Don't ruin this for him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The rules dictate. It looks like it only comes back after you attempt a thrown strike with it.
I'll punch it in the face then.
Yeah, you can punch it in the face for sure.
That's fine.
You can totally
It's
punch it
still-
in the face.
It's the same damage, which is kind of hilarious.
That's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Which is going to be 17.
Holy shit. Okay. 17. It does resist a little bit of that, but you still get a chunk in.
Wait, if it's a crit, do you double damage?
I already did.
Oh, how did it
It's-
double?
it-
It's
That is a good
a
question.
It's a D6.
D6 plus his modifier.
Oh,
It's not
modifier. I was
It's
like,
not much.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot, but usually when you double things, they're even. I understand now.
You only had the
Yeah,
modifier
the
once.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. It takes a smack in the face as it's trying to get down towards you, Finn. Your hand kind of passes through its face as you feel like your knuckles just kind of like before they contact, they almost sink too deeply into its form before you finally like feel it, and it bashes its head against the trunk of the tree. Undeterred though, it is going to go ahead and it's going to try and attack you with its nightmare tendrils, which
Give
are
it
its
to me,
fingers, I
baby.
assume. Oh, not that. That's off the tree.
Nightmare
It's a
Tendrils
weird
was
ass
the name of my
fingies.
first album.
Tickly fingers.
Nightmare tendrils. That is a 22 to hit you, Finn.
That's a miss.
Okay. We are going to. It's going. Yeah, it came in. It got whacked. It tried to attack you. It failed. I think it's gonna retreat back up into its tree, with its last action. It's gonna take its last action to fly back up, and slither back in. I mean, it's kind of an opportunistic kind of dealio guy thing. It kind of comes down as you bash into the face, and kind of slithers back up into the tree.
How high
Okay,
in the tree is it
Nepeta.
again?
Sorry?
How high in the tree is it this time?
The tree is 20, but it can fly at 40, so it'll like slither its way up along the trunk and then just like fly beyond. It's not truly climbing against the
Oh,
tree.
gotcha.
It's just staying close to the form of it. Okay, Nepeta, you are going to... God, I wish you had things you could do well.
Why aren't you good at anything?
She's just a little level 3 creature. She is going to... What is Nature's Pathway? Now that takes a minute to cast. Charm is not going to be any useful. Suggestion is not going to be any useful. Entangling Flora would just make things difficult terrain, but none of the creatures are within the range. So, Nepets, we are going to go ahead and I think we're going to just try to move up and try to help Magnus. Nepeta, you can move 10 feet per turn. Can you get to Magnus? No. You can't. Okay, you know what Nepeta's going to do? Nepeta is going to move up next to the tree. And ready, because Finn, you're coming up after. Nepeta is going to prepare to aid Finn. Oh, no, I know what Nepeta's going to do. Nepeta's going to move up to where Finn went down, grab the shield, and pass it, and get ready to throw it over to you, Finn, and this will essentially be an aid action. So 2 actions to get within range of the shield. 3rd action will be to basically, like, aid, and that'll count as, like, you're picking up the shield, basically.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
Okay, that's Nepeta. Alright. Night Gaunt. Night Gaunt, do we get to tickle? It's got Magnus grappled. Am I going to successfully get to tickle something? It is going to... Magnus is a medium creature. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to tickle Magnus, because I want to try to tickle something. Magnus rolled a natural 1.
Again.
Yeah, Magnus is not doing great. He's having a bad night. I swear to God, I'm looking at that one eye on my Cuthbert dice. Okay, so Magnus, you are overcome with laughter, and you cannot perform reactions. Magnus is also sickened 2, and cannot speak.
God.
So Magnus is sickened 2, can't speak, and cannot perform reactions. As this creature is tickling Magnus, and I don't know, I wouldn't say Magnus is laughing, I would say he is, with the sickened condition on there, like, almost disgusted by what this thing is doing to him. So that's 1 action to turn Magnus into that into that state, and 2nd action we are going to use we're going to use our fly speed. And this creature has an ability, Clutches. It can fly at full speed while it has a medium creature grabbed. And carrying a creature along with it. It is going to fly past Cress and Gron, and it is going to try to make its way towards the portal. You guys, that ring around the tree, you guys watch as this Night Gaunt, tickling Magnus, who's now sickened and distressed, doing a poor job of resisting this creature's clutches. It unfurls its bat-like wings. It is injured. It is heavily injured, and it with one big burst picks Magnus up into the air. With a second burst, pulls Magnus towards the tree, and all of you watch as it makes it over to the ring, the portal to the dream world. And as it presses its form up against the portal, up against that ring, you see its form liquefy. You see Magnus begin to liquefy, and the two of them, in a blink of light, disappear from this common plane.
Well, we're going in there.
That's our guide.
And that's what we're going to call our session.
Oh no! Wait, does Finn get his turn?
That's true. We're still in initiative, and we're at the end round. Yeah, let's finish out the round.
Let's give
this
Finn his
creature
turn.
is going to. We'll get Finn his turn. This creature is going to disappear into the dream with Magnus. These two are off the map. Finn.
Where is the portal?
It's like all around the tree, but you basically just have to like let me know if you want to go into it. It's like a ring around the tree. You don't. If you.
And it's not
you
an
basically have
interact
to
action
spend-
because he didn't have one of those, so we can just walk in.
He did have an action left. One action.
No, because he wait.
Tickled
I thought
Magnus
that
with
he
one.
Tickled,
Tickle, grapple.
picked up, and then moved.
Magnus already grabbed.
He was already grabbed.
He
Yeah.
already had Magnus grabbed. So
That happened
tickled,
last round.
fly, and interact with the portal.
Okay.
Because Magnus
So-
put the grapple on him and it grabbed him in response.
Correct.
Um,
Correct. So
did Cress outwardly say we're going in there?
Yep.
Okay. Finn will look back at them, nod, and walk in.
okay, Finn, you're technically still prone. So one action is going to be stand up.
Yep.
One action, move
stand
towards
up.
the
One
ring.
act.
Action to
I'm
interact.
technically right by the ring, right?
Yeah. Technically, you're a big guy. You can like reach out
Yeah.
and like just grab it. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
you would-
one action get up,
yeah.
one action interact.
Okay. Finn, you all watch as Finn presses against this ring of light that is reflecting the tides of the dream world. And Finn, as you contact that, you feel a familiar sensation. You feel that same sense of weightlessness. You feel magic kind of flowing up into your arms. You feel as though you did back when you were last at the bows of Dwog. Back when you were called to defend Thadril. And as you press against that, your body, you watch as your hand presses against that beam of light and begins to liquefy and become one with it, and it kind of travels up your arm and into your torso. And Finn, you find yourself as there's a flash, there's a sounds of like burbling, like bubbles all flowing past you. And as you open your eyes, contrast to when you opened your eyes when Cressa woke you into the waking world, you now open your eyes for the second time and you see the dream world before you. And you see the branches of Dwog, the same branches that you had defended Cuthbert on, and the same branches that you almost lost Granny Mal on, the same branches that you defended Thadril's egg on. You find yourself standing on these. You see other Night Gaunts on branches around, and you see the one with Magnus just a few feet ahead of you. With your we see you have one more action left here.
I think he's just gonna say I'll use the action to speak, or if that is
That's
fair.
a free action, right? You could
That's a free
grapple
action. Yeah, you can.
Magnus with
Yeah,
your
you can
last
try to
action.
grab Magnus or something. Yeah.
Do that.
Okay. Yep, he'll just go grapple Magnus.
Okay. You reach out, and Magnus is obviously not trying to resist you, right? So as this creature is trying to fly away, you reach out and you grab Magnus. You grab a hold of him. Okay. Magnus not trying to resist. I think the way
I rolled a
and
32, So
A 32, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Differently, just let me know.
Would it be contested athletics?
That's what I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's necessarily contested athletics, but what I'm thinking is I might just call this like an assisted escape action. And you're basically
sense.
rolling against the creature's fortitude DC to like pull Magnus away. And yeah, with a 32, yeah, you are much stronger than this creature, as you now have Magnus in hand. Right, you're able to kind of shove the creature off. Magnus pulls up against you, looks around, and he goes, "Where are we? What is this place?"
Fucking nightmare.
That's where we end our session. All right, guys. Finn and Magnus in the dream realm. Oh, everybody else on the material plane still at the moment. I'm just gonna move Finn off the map here. Okay, guys, it's getting spicy. This dungeon crawl is taking kind of a weird turn. All right, friends, as we head out, let's go ahead and do a quick round of goodbyes. Let's start with Mr. Adup.
That's me. Hello, my name is Adam Teal, otherwise known as Mr. Adup. That's MRADDUP, he, they pronouns. I'm a voice actor. I'm a TTRPG player and enthusiast, and I am a cosplayer. And I want to throw a quick shout out to a friend, Props and Cons Cosplay, who just won Masters at Indie PopCon literally like 5 minutes ago. I just got a message.
Oh yeah, cool!
Really fun of mine.
Congrats!
Congrats!
Yeah, I just wanted to throw a shout out to them. But I do all these different things online. You can find me at Tales Archived, where I'm going to be a grumpy ass old pirate man pretty soon. And also, if you want to meet me in person and, you know, maybe, who knows, play some Magic the Gathering.
Get whooped in Magic
you
the
can
Gathering.
meet me in Atlanta in September, where I am going to be one of the content creators at MagicCon. So come see me. I'd love to meet you and play some games. I'm not good at Magic, despite what happened last night.
Ooh, suggestive. All right, Button.
We played multiple rounds of Magic, and I won.
Played strip Magic.
I have done it.
Nice. MagicCon, play strip Magic with Adam.
No. No.
Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Blue Button on social media, and I play Cressida, who is very curious about this dream portal, and the man who walked into it. When I'm not playing Cress, I play Amanita in New World Rebellion on this channel, and Sugar P in Outlaws of Alkenstar. And when I'm not here, you can find me over on Tales Archived in the Known Realms Telesh campaign, where I play Echinacea Belrose, who would definitely run straight into this portal. And a little druid in an upcoming game will do the same.
All right, Alec, the Dream Man.
Hello, it's your sleepy boy over here, Finn. My name is pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I played Finn for you this evening. You can also see me on this channel as Nurim, Chronicler Spirit in New World Rebellion. And then you can catch us tomorrow. We're doing a KRT double feature because we've been off the last few weeks. So we have session 112 at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and then session 113, lucky number 113, at our normal time, 5 p.m. EST. Yeah, I do that. Thank you.
Your mom
Thank
lets
you,
you have
Alec.
2 known realms?
Dose.
It's a good day when there's 2 KRTs.
Dose.
Hey everybody, I'm Hannah. I've been playing
Oh,
Farron
I didn't cue
Balmia.
you.
What?
Just playing. I
Damn it.
didn't cue you. I'm just playing.
Don't do that to me. I thought I'd fuck something up.
No, you didn't.
I'm Hannah. I'm playing Farron Balmiar. And when I'm not playing Farron, you can catch me playing a whole slew of other characters here on this channel or behind the screens running tech. And maybe showing my face in an upcoming, not KRT, what's your channel? Tales Archived, thank you. Project. So just take a peek, check it out. Lots of good stuff. That's me.
And guys, thank you, all my players. And we'll be back with Unearthed Inheritance in not next week, but the following. And I have been your GM. My name is David. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the game master for all of our Heroes of Histaeria games. That is Unearthed Inheritance, Sansi Saga, and New World Rebellion. And when I'm not doing that, I play in our our Terramachia. Guys, it's getting late. I play in our Terramachia game. It is a new indie TTRPG. The game is run and created by our friend Ollie. Check us out tomorrow for our final session in our current Mabed's Heart campaign, where I play Jin, the electric cowboy that steals first and asks questions later. And when I'm not doing that, I occasionally show up as several faces over on Tales Archived. So be sure to check that out. All right, guys, thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for hanging out, friends. We will see you tomorrow for Terramachia, and then we'll see you next week for Sansi Saga. And when you're not here, you're going to be over at Tales Archived watching that stuff. That's us.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.